Abdullah Justice Yamwachi Mwakwaba.
Yeah.
But as a pass watch opinion on your Becasana, Mianque Chica Cransagrana, Yaba a year, Atemona, a year Supreme Court Justices, and the Abane reactions and Hodoaba. A dear Botaye and a Wujina Sua, and Mautu and Namo. Now we tell us some way Koto, a year court upon a year Supreme Court.
The cranny, so him that I know. Me and Casami am ready for the fact that you are lawyer for the home personnel. And na me and name some not Nisi Bobana. Nay, say, because a so obvious, Yamrano, they say, you didn't answer. Now, let's now be Namitra one. When we say a compasser may train ama MPP for ni NDC for Akokota, and some of them said the Beko with the eye, you'll be a day, and so Modi, one walk by yourself. Now, me as me could class me, when me as me who sampa, a baby in your back, MPP near an answer me NDC near an ample. Party for being a third in years or so now, near the May. But me when he said a no mumbe boise. Nanko poncha de, a you may no. At the station I met no. Me minimum essay said you didn't be, nanny a boise minimum. I saw mine papa, some boama or make a man cabinet, or may a mind cost will be in India. And the next SME too. Dana Moina, me fahoka. And the sacrifice the woman na boama in Triba, as also edited, is answer a queer, did not never benefited. Says what, as I may in Anna, but I we teach you, Namami too, one of more than your menko deno, na infantine magic.
Okay, so no botae na eno atem wo na buy no eno na eye ade na wo hwehwe se won sabeka na
there be da no nye de na America no
chim
enso sebio medical chim se me lawyer ni ntimi mi se abaso so se wo de asem kokota empire sebio nya dame ana nye ball bona ya ka se ya bo draw court ko asem a emwe beba no emienu pe se ebekwa ama ho ana se ebekwa atia ho na we mum de nokrani we akwa constitutional cases nti no ye ni bibia se akwa atia ho ye wo we na be pamba se won san kan de nenso ye we bia de mwe bia baba bia no esesa Ghana nyina brabo Ghana nyina nyame ba akofo no mabrabo
enti we besesa Ghana nyina abrabo
Ghana nyina nti dia ko wie no se the medical team no e sana na mepe no nanso pani eja wi na nsu asa ye betimi akode se judgment nyina ebeto dwa ye betimi akọ se da bia fa da bi ndi bia ese mo hwemi titru fa ema deputy speaker itimi kan ne ka ni padodo a wo parliament ho esa am ni tumi ma ne to aba no medical kan nra abeka na no bebri se hono de anyame de dia ka no okay na hono mum no de ma me se kotoko ne ha se nya match emu odin na referee ono ti egwemu ono ohese bibia bekoyie no beko finchem na fe referee ne yese obobi ma has enti ne se has for no mu place na ko ebe 13 an sa ebasa emfa pepe yo anka be hwehwe ene ebi atrim kan anka be referee pani anka otie dwam no wunya sa pepe yo no ne trim fita no every sa pani ni ho na amwa ebasa ne se emwa dwumadia parliament edie no.
Okay. Wo mu se mombre nim form dodo na nra kra ye no mo kasa no ne o kan sisi ye no se mo twen na full ruling na ba no matimi akenkan ye ntia ye nyanme no nketu e wo ye asemni bia no e de sa atemu oba ne wo mu se ye twen de but se wo hwe reactions aba okomra so bedwafia Titi Owura Sam George and afeso Haruna Idris oye Don Kumano epani ni okaye and afeso otie ni Keti Amonaka ni nyina ka kodru se wan hwa de na wo pese wusi ano no wan hwa besa ma no homene so sa na bi madwe ntrete
no kre ebetima banesa enuntina meka se koba se judgment ne ba na se kwan wo ho se yebekọ Supreme Court biem ama o mahwe o mo ensem mu yi a yebesa akọ se kwan ni mu a yakọ ne yankunwie bebre de nim o ma titire enya da ko ne de titire se be ya na nye yinu nyina gina ekuden a nyina yebekọ ama na yi.
Okay.
Enti yemfada kopɛ enkugu ana nkunimdie enyina enkasem e manenye.
Okay. Kasa bi say it is honorable KT Amon and ran on nsentwefo kasa ran on Asempa FM kasa wo say say wo de assembly class ni bia bio say wo kwa akwaji ncheche mo na say wanti ase wo san pese atemo foforo ba na ehon so kɔ na endi amwawa wono woni nsusue mu no NDC for ni wo ma ye dede ni nyina wo betimi akopunim sa akopunim na akotom na anye ye dia wo betimi ahye wo hodwere ban sa akasasa na boa enkomo no
kasa bisa no emwa makre na minke bi krampo enkoso sebiu na akwesa afedie eduru ehunahuna ene ni ekeka ho no sa no emwa ubia na Queen Misha say nyen ehunahuna ne ekeka ho no sebiu mpanifo bia aba ba ye bi eko ye nyina bi enu abekere bo inti se uye utwa kwanpa ama uman a na se sa aka se bi sei ba ana enye dade nanso wo so wo hwe enchenchen sa eni wa hwe onya de pa bia ma uman da
now apart from honorable KT Amon mame mo Owura Sam George ene enchel say ebusuafo aye ready amom yenkọ na yentie Owura Sam George na nsem bia wode tu dwabra na wone nsentwefo kasa na your kind no dodo na gina eye mrasa bedwafi omo hyehyɛ omo mra omo de ye adwuma standing orders 110 article 1 or say subject to the provisions of this constitution Parliament may by standing orders regulate its own procedure we kra de ye mra pon no mrasa bedwafi oma sedie oma sudie nia sede oma adwuma ne sitie ne sede yesi atwere ewo ye mra pon no bayentie honorable Sam George ne nsem bia wode tu dwabra na one ensentwefo kasatie we.
They have given their ruling. We have heard. But I believe that there's a reason why our standing orders say that Parliament is the master of his own affairs. And that the procedure in Parliament resides in the bosom of Mr. Speaker. For me, I cannot for the life of me be part of what I would deem an illegality, which would be that the person presiding in the House will take part in a vote he is pretending over. And so I do not know what position my leadership will take or my party will take, but my principled position is one that states that anyone presiding, be it Mr. Speaker or any of his two deputies, has absolutely no business taking part in the vote on the floor of the House.
Okay, honorable, I may say honorable, but I knew have the lie. Based on your what you know, and of course, you dikaka KT Amon, you know, but we honorable Sam George, member of Parliament in go prom constituency. Based on your what you know, men kasa we diff what you, but what they bako to 2 million one, at the end of one try you be who Rasha Begafie.
And no crimony, the best you are there, the said what you can. Ina yempa bwana se bibia bekoye na obi aso ni wo tumi se wono nko ano ana se wone afoforo ebitima kan bom asesa yemra ya hyehyɛ the Supreme Court kasa etwetwa enti se eye kesi amono se Sam George se ye pani foforo omo nsɛm ɔmbɛka no ɛnsesa mmara ya sɛ sɛ bio ɛkɔba sɛ omo kɔ wie parliament na so mo sɛ omo bɛkɔ akɔhyehyɛ globes koraa na omo aboro omo ho a ɛntimi nsesa mmara ya hyehyɛ wɔ man mu ha nti ɛno deɛ ɛm sɛ saa sɛ nsɛmi saa deɛ ana yɛtutu gya bi gu kɛkɛ nsesa hwee kasabɛ ɛne ebi enumde bi na ana mpanifo saa no ɛtɔre bi ɛm sɛ gyemɔ mpɛsɛ yɛte ɔmo ne nti na ɔmo akeka keka nsɛm bi saa nsan sɛ mmara yɛhyehyɛ mmara a wowa nkoa no wadwene no deɛ ɛbɛtumi aboa ne sɛ wowa adwene no wode bɛfa mmara kwan so ɛbɛtumi asesa saa mmara no na ɛnyɛ ahunahuna ɛne ntɔkwa ɛne etuo ne ɛne agyan na bɛsesa saa mmara no.
Okay, ora Justice Abdullah yɛmfansi aho na question baako akam yɛwie agodie mu nsɛm a ebia mɛsa ba hɔ na yɛtumi abusa saa question na de emuaye ama yɛ titiriw wɔ deputy speaker bi si yɛkɔ anim no yɛnhyɛ ase hwehwɛ sɛ obi a wɔnyɛ member of parliament na ɛno question a menya akabebusa but betwa busa agodie mu akonfo se betwa busa me question na ebrɛ ne yɛmfa kakra enti ora Abdullah ususu sɛ deɛ bi mu susu no sɛ deputy speaker sɛ de bɛyɛ ntawantawa bi sɛ mɛda hɔ no yɛkɔ yɛ nim no yɛnhwɛ ɛmfiri baabi foforɔ mo ɔnyɛ mmarahyɛ badwani
ne kurom ni saa pɛpɛɛpɛ na mɛsoma adwene yɛ me sɛ bɛyɛ a saa ntawantawa yi ɛne Matthew Macau ɛne sɛ bio fɛmfa titiri paa yɛbɛnya obi a n'anim sɛ bio wɔnim deɛ na wɔwɔ tema ma ɔman na sɛ bio na kuma fitaa sɛ ɔbɛboa wɔyi na kuma fitaa sɛ ɔbɛboa ɔman no saa nipa no no nim mmara kakra ɛne sɛ bio mpanindie kakra so saa nipa no yɛnyane free outside of parliament a sɛdeɛ speaker na mu yɛnka hu ne sɛ deɛ nti a speaker no ɛyi ne free abɔnten no yɛnyinaa ne sɛ yɛ ɔbɛhwɛ ama pɛpɛɛpɛ yɔ akɔ so na sɛ saa nɛteɛ deɛ a adɛn na bɛdi akyirefoɔ deɛ yɛhwehwɛ saa tumi saa nkɔfoɔ bi te sɛ speaker na nsa ɔmo mɛsi nanan sɛ ɔni hɔ a na ɛno deɛ yɛakɔfa members of parliament a ɔmo no already ɔyɛ busy dada sɛ bio ɛsɛ ɔwɔ ne constituency ɛsɛ ɔmɛtena na ɔmɛkyɛ adeɛ nipa ɛsɛ ɔbɛkyɛ adeɛ so yɛnim afa a wɔwɔ nti na wɔbɛkyɛ ne sɛn wɔbɛkyerɛ dwoma na wɔbɛtena hɔ sɛn na wɔbɛyɛ no ɛbɛsa na amoa
very well
enti yɛnya nipa bi afiri abɔnten a ɛno deɛ ne yɛnyina nzɛ saa nipa no ɔno mfiri afa ha ɛno mfiri ha
very well Justice
Abdullah wɔyɛ n'adeɛ a wɔyɛ with the ɔman no in mind not in the party.
Okay, Matthias here. Ora Justice Abdullah. Ewedo ase ne obra unya maya no pay. Ewo Dwabo Ase dwumadie so power 97.9 at TVXYZ. Yeda ase pa. Justice Abdullah emre nim ni sanso kira de ewo University of Professional Studies Accra. Ono na etabiri asemi kwato eye asemni bia kese na enra atemu ba ye say deputy speaker de obetimi ato aba. Ehon nsam ene ehumuaye ene ntoato ekoso ni nyina ye de bebere mo wabra ye kwani basa bra di abra so hello kweku hello kwame agudi mo sabra die Roger Emmanuel the sports monarch Roger the King Kong Roger the monarch Roger the agudi mo konfo Osamana ne doso nka mi boni nyina na so bre ni nti akwa aba mache
kwame mejo so na what say
me want to say Real Madrid
yes who say Real Madrid team bia
yes
push you too much yes Real Madrid it is Manchester United
Manchester United
1 minute say 2 goals
yes United is there to papa
and this is Chelsea
madam for JC FIFA
want to be Chelsea
do na say man for
enti dem no
better no there who say Real Madrid they show class
Omo show dia yi. Omo show class the power. Class the power. Say to me.
Karim Benzema. Who say no no pam bekan wa ha say.
Omo to dia yi.
Chelsea.
Dia yi. Chama want to meet team no. Chama want to meet team Chelsea. Say to be a team the baba. Chama want to meet.
Akora ka say. I say to be tro Sikaru ya.
I would even say one family and uncle.
Right, so none of person so say at a family share with TV so as that's enough. A mom with tier 97.9 FM Senano pay a good on some Ayaba Bon and National Day. Yawa dance it, someone in your pound himself. Ghana Premier League match the 19 side game back where came House of Fook. Echi wafa esho bekam yeno mamutim baku sira Ali Muntari ashen first goal our Ghana Premier League no wakasa and which wakasa for Blasters call up a man for CM Freno and also wakasa for coach Samabodo akasa and a wafa coach in Sakasa send him abekoye se enkoye no so wakasa edi afa ho nyina na edi ho sam eba Blasters of Ghana ho bobone to say on my iron in Nigeria a game where edi evidence no sa match no send be sia kona fe stadium no how to see ne send sia no so sam yadi ebe brona fi room our division 1 so a ora kwesikunto no aye Bangalore eri makwa Wibre United no sakasa edi afa division 1 ekosi na New City and so say yadi be brona fi bobrom so ewo amononi enura UEFA Champions League games a ekosi na fi ne Europa games e bas next week games out on in Airbus nyina said wonsem ebro na no pay ewo jumade no sana na prepare British man and afia botel aye producer some etay chia di some pa midin Eddie Roger Imano from the sports monarch bene.
Hello, kwekwana pay aje piniye din samno everybody yensha se fi Ghana's Premier League match day 19 him say game back kemu no enre in etimi to dwa our Accra Sports Stadium. Oh, and a phobia never say down till the bones are rotting. Accra to football ko de trefie Etwa West African Football Academy ka eminua warma team aba kwabrantie IFN no Kojo Bin Junior and a car ball di kan editor team and office Derek Mensah eba be take out with free kick Ediama West African Football Academy aya ni say game no ebe end in the draw na Patrick Razako Motoyosi atwi goalkeeper na goalkeeper Azebons wa Canada na to form a penalty Adema Kratevo Gama Tule Ali Muntari Haji Akandeba okodire trip jabo no not just a border that trim 2-1 and another book young couldn't be one of Adam Pim Ecoman Sabri has the book Abnya 29 pointer while Batros Num or League Table no as what is any failure gone after the game. Someone Bodu a head coach at the Macrat of Bobo Kono and the two judges said the Mantana idea the mom dear also improve.
Me who and say Omoyo Magin say Wafa is not a strong team. They give them the Omo underrated Omo from the blast of the Houston, but it shouldn't be so. No can say because Obia all struggle in the last position. They be under the ball game difficult because all more in a row also beat me a ball where your friends say Opata na mana etimi aye frustration say Omo frustrating, but next time na ye kwere nim no they should be serious in every match. Last season, the second one, they almost started, and this season, they almost started. And I hope say Yebeko Fiena the mistakes and the mental, toughness for the players. Say Omobe Kuso Aye because at this time around, you can say.
All right, I don't need someone Bodu and so attitude na West Africa Football Academy. One of Spanish coach, Ever Fan Hamdan, Guillermo Zaragoza. One of Casa said Mrantiano. But also
that's what we work on during the entire season, during the entire week. We always play the same way. We try to teach the boys this philosophy of playing, which is just with the space, the movement, finding the free man, and just keeping the ball. And we try to tell our boys not to kick it too much. So they played well, man. I mean, I'm so proud of them. It's not easy to come here. These are experienced players, and we played toe-to-toe with them. We didn't sit back and defend. We went high, and we were loyal to the way that we want to play. And I'm so proud of the boys, man. They played well.
Where is Spain for Brofo? Guillermo Zaragoza needs somebody to do after the game. And
Ghana near brought Fena Sula Limunterenra and our the first goal. Edima has to focus. I say over our Ghana Premier League in a match and Obodo Drona. No more goals and Shara Fenra or no and a share penalty has to folk. And ya win our side game across and no and Bibia Banaviana Central for Chibeno and Omubisan say Sule send Abaka Ediafa Ghana League and they was on swaba Obesaka Umunodi Samatu Jaso. Players in the Biaba League in the Mandudo Kranya on Ebesan Swabana. One bawa bano or shenim say other players be on market so and players of Misaka or league no omu senior players bit say musule no more on bet me motivate you na fi asaso encourage you na fi omo aboa se be Ghana league no ebe ye kra be yentie Suli Ali Muntari.
Pleased, but then the most important thing is House of Folk now. I came in, I got the chance to play for House of Folk. It's a big team here. The guys are amazing, coach, the staff also. So I'm very pleased to be here, and also the fans are making the things right. And yeah, I'm home, so it's just joy to be here. Yeah, the feeling was there already. Things that we do at training, the guys are fantastic. So for me, it's not strange that we won against Kotoko. We played that game. We played very good, and today we won. We got 3 points, so it's important. This is our we want to win so that we climb the table. We
and yes, so Suli Ali Muntari and some of the Tujana Nwechi and Centroni Esansu Jude Ebisana say I'm for say blasters no Suli blasters no efrefrewu na unya ubesaso baby mwana and no tina odi no sisa okay yente some of the Tuja.
We have few players that want to join the league. So yes, I speak with few of them. I think me coming in, this is not the first time. Bralai came in, Atram came in, and certain big names came in. But I'm really glad that I'm putting impact on this league, because this.
Enti na Sula Ali Muntari ni sem awodi atuja enono.
All right, yefi Sula Ali Muntari ni sem awodi atuja se blasters wo bebo so mbabire di enimi wode hun sem ebeba na yenko enime na yemfa yeni enti onin se bankroller chairman Edma Kwabibrem United bobo koro ayo penikasi afa na Isaac Kwesi Kunto ena odi tuja trese azamanfo bi edi asho mutim se afi Kwabibrem Division 1 League wo mo ebo zone 3 hanom wo mbeko relegation wakato bibias wo mo relegation da wameka division 1 na face wo makoko ne no akomanim na face re bia next season no wo metimi akwalify ba bo Ghana Premier League say say kwa bibire ma yanim wo mo no Ghana Premier League ene se fata wo no
players ne don't qualify from better league no bebe na mo division 1 da but they are good players nti no afi no mo first one we na afi no almost spirit na kasa ne division 1 league na dey agi awu hu no so we the last game say boy ya afi no mo dey hu game no so. And I'm more of also the new players are more well experienced kakra de abefrafra. And my team na are strong than you started for front. And your GD you qualify no saji de your experience back count to one. And a good players na or new players na abano. And so
to and out in Ghana.
Yawromo Bechem United first on say Dano Kwada game back across Bechem Pakemra Bechem United Trefera Sante ko kwari pimso na Brantia we see akan Arima Bechem United ye fana say kufo ekutwa Brantia ye fana say Frank Etuga Impela eno enam so mane Ghana Football Association for ababonti kire say Abrantia sade na kokoye no eye indiscipline and I face also aye unsport behavior and I'm so am for kire say ade na Brantia na no nya de esefata kwate me no kase if for na charge no say nyame adumade omo hwe no say by 5 pm no our say in the defense efa ebetudwa say be ampen for betuma na fa asutwe fata no ye betumi dia man na semana ba ne se no Bechem United pen for kra ba bon tentem so a eri chopa kese pa eri break Ghana fo nyina na afi Abrante na kese na afi Kotoko team no na afi GF for say omugiri say ade na Abrante no omugiri say nyade esefata na afi ye kase fair play na afi krapono sports no nyade asane ma no yeso so ntinei mi no kase Bechem United pen for ababonti abekire say ade na Abrante no ye no nyade omo Bechem pen for eso so omugiri say eyense hunu pa ayade hunu na Abrante no ekoye no
unim say Eratina na otwemienu and the senior national team the Black Stars of Ghana ebetina Cape Coast group amaso na face no wɔn to nsa de fɛ the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria ne yɛne wɔn ɛde abo ani World Cup qualifier ɛde ma Qatar 2022 last one of games double header see about 25th ne akɔbɔ 29 nano ɛna nei onim sɛ after the Independence Day Ghana man yedi ya fa hye kama enso ɛwɔ Cape Coast no agropama no atete ayese kontebe no emperifo ayese wɔn bɛsiesie agropama sɛ bɛya on the 25th bedroom no na yɛtime siesie agropama no county sabre ukɔ Cape Coast a emperifo the grader ɛde asɔsɔ ɛna afei so fini ade agogo agropama no so ɛwɛ stadium no metime siesie kama na afei on the 25th of March Black Stars of Ghana face the Super Green Eagles of Nigeria game no ebetimi abaso na face no yetime nyemu enkuribdie apem akoyenim
Yankomo ne na fi yansore nsem no sena no penura UEFA Champions League no games ni bi atimi atuja na enye asemkiti okra na uvremu ewo Etihad Stadium Man City etene fie and Sporting Lisbon from Portugal repim so a 90 minutes na nya dia obi atimi pusat na sanse na first leg no na tima ye fene se Man City e ko win 5-0 ntino se Man City for qualify a ono mo e kom ani mo no se no chi hoda woni nso e kire wo Bernabeu Stadium won so a na enye asemkiti okra na Real Madrid eterefi edi nkrema kamia sama PSG wono ete kanamo bako na Abrantia ye fere kile Mbappe Samini Luti wono ana se faidi kana ebeba na wie na no ana okopuso atere edi kan eno eti ana Abrantia fere Karim Benzema wono se second half no ogia game ni nyina edi sini na so no so ebo hat-trick awo sa game a eno so etimi concentrate say miro ka se na timo ye fere Man City wono ma progress ya mo e common with Sasana Real Madrid almost a qualifier almost e common ni ma enye asem kito akra Sasana timo fere Bayern Munich enso a qualify almost no e common na fit timo fere Liverpool omo nyina e team sa wono a qualify omo nyina se na e common na mo hyɛ no so se na uche ba besim no sei na games ne besia ko Ajax betrefi na afei mo ne Benfica e de awida so na Manchester United as betrefi na Atletico Madrid as e de apem sra fi Juve and Villarreal as e bo na fi Lille as e betrefi ne Chelsea as e de apem so a we e ye team sa na nyame yadoma na uche besim no Champions League Romo ebetimi edi ahihye so
round of 16 of the Europa League no so e course in India just enye fede ganrei Estadio do Dragao FC Porto atrefie Emma Olympic Lyon betwa ne kaba kwa wonum entimi ante Lucas Paqueta ene pia body to the sabre corner na Estadio Benito Villamarin on Real Betis on so atrefie ama bobo ko feren transfer for the betwa Camino wonum atimu eba ko na be fakel ene che Edma Real Betis and Senate Philip Kostic etikano ena afia branche FN Daiti Kamada enya second goal no enso de mama aboama nkudimdie enso akọ ediama entrance from na ene games to aso urwe chem Stadio Ramon Sanchez Pizjuana Xavier Treffier and West Ham United at the Jewish Stadium no Atlanta and Bayern of Leverkusen at Babona Fe Camp Nou Barcelona and Galatasaray and at Baboni and a face Ibrox Stadium no on Rangers and Resta Belgrade and said Manchester Stadio Municipal de Braga Sporting Braga one of Treffier as at Unsaria Fe Monaco na one of the Red Bull Arena no on a Racing Ball Sport Leipzig and so Treffier ni Spartak Moscow nanka onu ebo nemo mperifocha Russia and tokwana course into Spartak Moscow womu entimi ento aso sia ka sabe automatically Leipzig ko wenwenim enso osan hye mu a chese enye firi agro
Enti ni se woni si na fia ko na mo Arsenal for yes shock move e de ma mo kasa former player Abrante for na Sergei Gnabry o se kan de ma Bayern Munich ko mitiri mu a mo de skabe 63 million pounds e be ko Bayern Munich fa kachi na ma ko fa Abrante na ba sere be sa so ba back to Emirates na fi ba be si akan e de ma Arsenal e di se woni si na fia sera ko kwaminka na fi team ni nyina aye crowd mo de Dwabo Ase eto so TV SYZ na fi Power 97.9 FM so na prompt the British man e bo tell mo boy chirom e ma na no pay e di se mo nyina e pa meeting e di Roger Yemano from the Sports Monarch meaning
hello kweku ena yede ensem no e bai
ena fenso kwaminka mesume te akire wa bra mesume boy na
executive producer
Babenda Ase mranche so bodi agudie mo nsem abra e wo Dwabo Ase dwumadie so Power 97.9 happy birthday Kasian Koma the national chairman ma NDC amanyo kono owura Samuel Fosu Ampofo we every yeah, Peter Kwesi Mensa nene dom de lali so okpo and afenso I give you my token kojo dankwa afenso happy birthday Kasian free one kasa wunu aba ho wase we die Ekwama regional treasurer Emma Volta diaspora caucus Greater Accra Miss Selassie Pamela. Every Lydia double. I was where you would about. Every Makuma and Amedema. I mean, cost one peja no you on your inshra. Now I come as what you be a emblem. And once again, happy birthday, Miss Selassie Pamela. Volta Diaspora Caucus, NDC Greater Accra. And also, happy birthday to the national chairman of the NDC, Samuel Ofosu Ampofo.
You look so good, everyone is talking about you. Birthdays come once in a year, and I know you want to celebrate. Ooh, yeah, I wish you a happy birthday. Ooh, yeah, very many happy returns. Ooh, yeah, I wish you a happy birthday. Ooh, yeah, very many happy returns.
All right, Ugusa OTA Power 97.9 so here TV XY the Dwabo Ase ye dani ho aba ye ba be borrow ye tonton sansan ye dodo na na ho ye si kasam ye si wo court nia ye tete free Ghana mrahye bedafie na ye be bie nsam so men ko ba bia ye be nsie.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo. Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Always free, fresh, natural, eggs, mineral, water.
You still got it.
Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehinfa pa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre, me busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hye ahodo bi te se dwadifo obosia, ekuokuo obosia, susu account. And it does our hot savings account. Me bada chain savings account. And then the keka ho. Press Suhum Rural Bank was 03422918696. Now one so to miaka say.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crash.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforidua Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto checks. Check.
Auto checks. Your safety, our priority.
Check. Auto checks. Welcome to the Royal Dazzle Event Center. With a lush and well-maintained lawn and garden, you are assured of the best serene and comfortable atmosphere to organize all your family and social events. Live the royal moments here with friends and family. The hosting capacity of 600 to 800 people makes Royal Dazzle the most versatile of places to host weddings, parties, funerals, conferences, concerts, and many more. Create your memories with us. Call us for inquiries on 055-814-8585 or 024-620-2144, or pass by and speak to any of our friendly staff. Locate us at Myjohn, close to Zoom Lion headquarters. Royal Dazzle Event Center, creating memories. The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Sawote Konkoya Natrasa Samaba Sawote Konkoya Natrasa Samaba Sawote Konkoya Natrasa Samaba.
Ghana foi and then the end you be broom papa and no coin no I was so beate opia my Facebook live power 979 and ibra para abano enti be from wo me from bia momra ne yantwanhia ya bodwa data wo power 97.9 and a TV XYZ sawuti konya na chasa friend ye freedom. Sawuti konya now we Ghana ni na wuti amanonia twibe wo fidie no because wo branie e brani nie sa bra wo na ye gina ensema ekoso wo mamu na ye biebie so de kira wo sada ba ya wo betimi atu ana mawa e bedi aboa ekirima ntini ye we e ka ye nko ade a anke beka ye no atum na ye de zache ye damiri fam e se ye de ya sell mine dada efime me nana nganzo amoso besi sabre hwe ba ya bedru ba bia na o man Ghana na nka wosi ye de ni kire Ghana ye mpani fo titiru Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ejina simpie so se sa man ya sese ya gitumi afri broni kokko nsema abedi bibini nsem no ya betu na ma ahodo a ebebo ma mansa nyina huru se woni tumi se bibini nsema wotumi ya nwanwade eno sa Ghana ni nie na wonim dia ye famu ne ye komu sabre every baby na baye Opiama Facebook Live, Power 979. Who share with TV XYZ? Mama Zen, you know, to say, Bibi Babe Sisi. eche bia be ko mrasha be dafie ye be ko eye Supreme Court ye be tie si Ghana mountains wo na ye tie de Ghana fo woka but titi wo bi kire tachere ma wo hoi empro eti se ne wo ka asem na asem no efra koma pamu a e wo se wo dan sa koma pana di e wo wona montua mu nia wo be ye titiri wo ye obi a wo ba be sire tumi afri Ghana fo ho a se ensem na wo ka no a wo de ton wo ho wo de ton wo nsem wo de ton wadwempo no in fact se asem no efra koma pamu a wona montuo e na be kire yeti ye Ghana yeti ye baabi na mo ba ye begira yanim se ye mfo man ni nsam na mo de ye de man ni nsam a mo baba be mo man na be ye kra behwe mo be sese o man Ghana sebre o man na ni bedane o man no e be ba bedane na be sa manone na ye nyina ya na ye taitum ni ka ko no amanone na ya na mabudu no e fa asase prada dam so ebi kotena kuduo mu ebi kotena shape mu ebi di omu ho sie na ebu okrampo aputimi fo bi ebu ozo obu konam desert ni so anase wo ko fa Libya yeni mayaka dia ya omu fam ansa no metiwe du sa amanone ho no sa amanone no mo se ne wo ho no mo de ba krom ha mo be gira ye sika na da no na mo ka kire se yete so ni hu kwan se kom de ye no mo be gira sa sika no so e de atikire man no anu die Ghana ni a wo hwe me sa ba bia ye woi efri ba bi wonim sa time BBC Steven Saka woni His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo sabre candidate Akufo-Addo ye Frankatuni ma MPP amanyo ko di nkomo e wo BBC so no e ho e na bibia sha ase free ye se na wo bisa ho se sika na wo ka se wo ho a wo beba be ka che Ghana fo se no no be gina so e di ahwe free SHS e no no be gina so e di ahwe se free SHS e bu be pagya no e ho e na asase ni free wo de hwade we sisi ye ni nkomo.
It seems to me from reading a lot of stuff in the Ghanaian press want to know is where exactly is the money going to come from next time around if you're in power for some of the very extravagant promises you've made. You, for example, have offered free secondary schooling for all Ghanaians, a promise you say you absolutely will deliver in 4 years in power. So have you costed it? How much will it cost?
Azan yebeko cost no. Would you tie Steven Saka questions low? Was say extravagant promises. Wo bossa na wahye no emu odu pa wahye se bo ahodo e bo na wahye no enye bossa kuma o enye bossa hunu bi o e bossa kese extravagant promises wo de komoti na yentie Steven Saka ne question na wo bisa wo de tie we
absolutely will deliver in 4 years in power. So have you costed it? How much will it cost?
The costing is being done. I mean, very, very soon we will be in a position.
Costed it. You can't make a promise like that. No.
Very soon we're going to be putting it. I prefer.
You don't know how much.
I do know, but I prefer to tell the Ghanaian people directly before I tell you.
Many of them can't talk. You can tell me, and
it doesn't matter. I would prefer to make that statement to the people of Ghana directly first. As to the cost and any
so you do know the cost?
Oh, we do, and we have a very good idea how also we're going to finance it.
Well, you're obviously not going to give me the figures, but just tell me how you're going to pay for it. There's clearly going to be a very great cost. You've got to train the teachers, you've got to build new schools.
All of that has been adequately costed, and we believe that first of all, the new revenues will help, more efficient management of what we have now, growth in the Ghanaian economy. These are the three sources which are going to enable us to fulfill that promise. And it's a promise that has been solemnly made to the Ghanaian people and is going to be solemnly kept, not because it's a campaign promise, but because it is a necessity.
Because it's a campaign promise, but because it's a necessity. Yes, yeah, and Nana Addo Yadwin, His Excellency, you know Yadwin for 1992 Constitution, a shamu say. I was here doing Pempenswobia, one kakra mu no, ye beti we implement free SHS. Now, Akadia no de keka say, ye sika 7 nyini na fe so ye hwehwe eye miamia hodo ye beti aboabo asika no na ye de awurawura ma eno ne ye begina so na free SHS no ya sustain no etie ne eba ne sei na kusibuafo ene omo maka wo mu agiragire mu se chinchina yanji 11 entum no eba ne sei no mo ka se say 11 yanje antuma free SHS ebegu eba ne say sika na mo se e wo ho no sika na mo se say economy no enyini a eno ne ye de behwe ye de bewura free SHS mu no ena ba ne say ena mo say E-levy 6.9 billion e ya kwa 7 billion no say nya no a eno ni ho a free SHS ne begu e ba ne say ne ye kasa e ba ne say ene ye huna wofo say E-levy ya nya ntuma ene ye mo ma no mo be sha say tuo mu school fees but ya sama woka wo international platform tie baby a woka say woni woni be kire say de be ya bu benya sika e de aye free SHS ba ma no nanchen ne tie de Dr. Mamadou Baumia me fa nko wachi we de nanu ya o eno ko gira mpanifo anim e gira mmofra anim eno ko hye bobi e fa school feeding program tie we
subsidizing the school feeding program, and next month I will launch. We looked at it last week. It's all set. Next month we will launch a digitized school feeding program. We will know every school in the country every day. If you feed them rice and beans, we will know how many students you have fed. We will know.
Hey, tia de we. Yes, I'm quite a chibisro. Me pesa would do a shoni weni and no wakuma nyina did ya Dr. Baumia Kaneti. Was it ye before bear for Kwanso? Now your school feeding program let me so. Ye before bear for Kwanso. Say be a caterers no. Woman man quadano, ammonia beans, ammonia dia. Ye before bear for Kwanso near who say am pampa and one of the momo. What can you know? Would you also be washed away? Dr. Baumia eka same way. What's your boy in a nuasre? A dear dinner nuasre. Nafasham Qualana no motono. Nation Pedifona no motono. A brad Dr. Baumia Casado. Would you show many with ya? National reaction. Would you try your way?
We are digitizing the school feeding program. And next month I will launch
Sakoachi Mr. Reverse Mame, Kobabia no waka next month ye be away, next month ye be away. Nasha the reaction said you now was history. Eka sema here wa Mr. Sabakaya Brana Dr. Baumia. Eka say when the fundamentals of the economy is weak, the exchange rate will expose you. What case as a nursery? Dabi ebra no aka say sika no ye wo bi wo ha say na sa sika no ne ebegyina so e de atechiro man no ebra no aka say asem no osere ebra no aka say mahama ban wo de eka beto o man Ghana so no mo ba sa ka hunu no ene to ahodo ahu hia no wo be ye fro no ebra no aka say asem no osere ba hwebo we ya no wo se ene enkoda no ogiro manim empanifo no ogiro manim hwe sede no mo nyina aso manim aye bosa o mo hunu de papa ne ka wo de hwe ba o me bio.
And next month I will launch. We looked at it last week. It's all set. Next month we will launch a digitized school feeding program. We will know every school in the country every day. If you feed them rice and beans, we will know how many students you have fed. We will know.
Until we have the men, and when you, hey. Ya di bibi papa ebano enu enyo ya be fa be for kwanso aye no ma nwanwade ya be fa be for kwanso atutu ye sika 7 year ya be fa be for kwanso aye no ma foforo enu ni o say the school feeding program na no na caterers say ye ntuo moka na nam say nti one share school feeding program no ya be twa sensai no school feeding program no e say the munya ntuo moka mu fa sika nwura mu wo say ye be fa be for kwaso na ya hwe say bia mo man kwara no emu ni aduane ehunu say bia mo emu ni nyado ane ehunu wo ka nyina no osere. You don't take the people of Ghana serious. If you took the people of Ghana serious and can say we wouldn't say ni brisam yansere na man panya ba de sere asam no ase one crap no asam ni ya de sere. Ti said ya wa wo hwa bi tie bi no wo sere no sa na Dr. Baumia wo sere wa bra no ka asam no. Do they take us serious? Do they take some of us serious? Ye Ghana for ye 1992 constitution it say ye na 2 minute wo ye nchen ye na 2 minute free ho ni apoda kakra dia momo no ma be show mine so o ma be som ye no. Do they take us serious? Taxpayers ye fall serious. What would chat wo? Said ye si hunu ni ye say yes obo ye ka asema ehia wo ma ye ka asema yes ye be ye say the be ya wo ma na de hwe be koye no ye ka hia asem no na ye de ye se de yes re ya asem ni free no kra ba no wa fa asem no say ye asresem eti asresem e de tutu no ma ye e ma enfasodie ba e ma ye ma asresem eti Dr. Professor Kwasi Botwe over foot will be the ma Dr. Mamadou Bawumia and the team. The team now was say NDC for economic management team no obian kai omo no. The team now wo bubo omudin e de omutira mansan so omo no omutira ba bill omo na betima hwe yesika sam so ye no. The team no Dr. Professor Kwasi Botwe long serving finance minister wo man Ghana ha say wo foot will be the mamo. Was some flagship programs no near Sikano dodo na kom no monsan hwe bio said be ya Sikani be yebet with ya kwa fa baabi monsan hwe bio adwen no ewo krom ha o eni IMF nchen adwen na yebet wi edie tu anamo esie ye sikasam no ewo krom ha eni baabi a ba wodi tie Professor Kwasi Botwe mame tie de kakra bi mame.
It is idle to pretend that we can address our economic difficulties without some hardship in the short term. No one can. There is simply no silver bullets or magical solution somewhere that can bring lasting relief without some level of pain. The real question is how we distribute this hardship in an equitable and transparent manner. So, for example, it is egregiously inequitable to have grants for about 1.5 million beneficiaries of the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty Leave program unpaid for months because we are in a crisis. That is not where the hardship should hit. It is the last place that the hardship should hit. The problem
sika yedema hiafo sika sabe yedema woma omunibie Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program na yedum pempenso a yesi ye ni sika yedema omo na bra mo kasa yade kodie wo coronavirus enam wono nti na yesika sam adane abutu enam wono nti na yesika sam asai ene World Bank IMF abeka ama Ghana fo nyina hunu ama Ghana fo nyina ate se mu di yetro mu twatro traye and that is the truth e was a Ghana fo nyina hunu IMF nyame kwame min kana me kan ye enya Power FM adwumayfo na kan ye kra ya be man sam no so ne se ye fa yen sam hunu so ho ene World Bank country director wabeka me hunu senya yade kodie wo coronavirus bia na bra musika sam ntoto ye no eda ne abutu no ye ba mo kokko ahodo mwantie ebra na mo broka ede ato my Ghana so na ka mini o my Ghana na mafo ba mo kokko se ba bia mo kono de asem beba no manfi obi a mutwi mani sika ahodo abonyaye enam yade kodie wo coronavirus eno eho akuntabuo kra maye na so musa gina sa yade yi so e de tuo abato Ghana fo so sabe catcher say kwaya ye betu fa so ama ye sika sama gina ene say sa 6.9 billion fiaway amafo dwetre sika amafo sika kakra omanya womde ma omo nseum nom womde ma omo yere nom womde ma omo nuanom womde hwe omo ho no sa sika kakra no ena musa de to obeto so mewa odi pakwa kwa gere salary na ya tete ne bebre ni nyina ya to wa kwa gere salary ni ya tete ne to bebre na ya gidi sa to ni nyina awie no wodi sika ko mani nua bi so a ye say beti no in the name of ye gyeto e de atechiro man Ghana for kwaka yese mu mpetuo etua na to beberebe na ye tua no e de pa na mo de aye e fa so ban na afiri ho aba na ye nyina na akofa E11 sebiabo ama obi tabs asamno ene kwa asemi bia no judgment aba say second deputy speaker na say deputy speaker wait what to aba we dey tie nkomo bi efri mu oba yan komra so bedwafie yan chance free Sam George your try to aba for tintanfidie kro kase ya friend Facebook no fato so do mo hwa ade bi afi ye wi ane tie de Sam George kai na afi ye tie de Haruna Idrisu so kai yan ko ntatam fato so mame wo say Abi your day the chamber inside. Come and give the referee the ball to play some, let us see. The sweetness of the pudding is in its eating. Sam George. Here,
they have given their ruling. We have heard. But I believe that there's a reason why our standing orders say that Parliament is the master of his own affairs. And that the procedure in Parliament resides in the bosom of Mr. Speaker. For me, I cannot for the life of me be part of what I would deem an illegality, which would be that the person presiding in the House would take part in a vote he's pretending over. And so I do not know what position my leadership would take or my party would take. But my principled position is one that states that anyone presiding, be it Mr. Speaker or any of his two deputies, has absolutely no business taking part in the vote on the floor of the House.
Eti, Sam George, member of Parliament, and this year one go pram. One no. Was one in position the leader take benra the leader take position me sure say eno ana omudi betu ana mo ana say sakasa na no beka wa bra ye kwa yanim e wa asem we ho de obon krata no dodo na kasa fa wo mo de nsema betu dwa fa ho osofo dache hina betena say ye ba bebu awura krata animo ba ye ntie eye deputy speaker Joe Wise e bra tamu ne ba ye no dache hine asema wo kan ye no enie.
Having had the privilege of reading the reasoning of the judgment, I've seen excerpts, the title head, should I say, of the specific areas. And I'm glad that the decision practically affirms the position I took. There's still some misrepresentation as to whether I participated in the vote itself on the night of the 30th. That I must emphasize, that everybody who is in doubt must go back and look at the clip. It was a voice vote, and I did not participate in the voice vote. But I insisted that I be counted as a member of Parliament present to constitute the quorum before a decision was taken. Indeed, this decision affirms that position that I took. I find that very refreshing. Soon after that decision, a former Speaker of Parliament called me and he said, I called you to congratulate you for being bold to take this decision, because that is how the frontiers of the law are expanded. Matters that have never arisen are now in the fore because of the numbers we have in the chambers.
All because of numbers, all because of E11, and I go for when and I suffer that and I did to Zanza and better for Mama. Suffer so much. J. Nina, yes, a pa. A brasso. Oh, yeah. I did double crack out moon some over. Dear so, she said, God and some no show. God and some no show. Not did Jim. What's your conditions? What do you see? What's your condition? So, is it? Where is I won't have a gun? Free. Won't have a gun. One baby a free. I have a gun. I want him. Pa. Away.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally.
08984166 and a power 979 Facebook live for social media handle yes we pese yedi wachi e wo Facebook yedi wachi
Facebook
dachi you know for so ajma fantastic and on Twitter as well
Twitter so say dachi no
when was the last time I would tweet here achao but obasa so be say something to do on the one as say and to kwano one year dey call unti ene massacre more fire
me other phone na Twitter no was so me see for me ko best at here I go tweet TikTok dey me ni hobby
ho dey
ozo ni ho ozo ake
ho dey asem now Godwin Obabela Kion hwe we say osofo minkan jo say more fire mala adom say osofo more fire
na dey minkan say no more fire
more fire so we che na dia besia no
what the more fire
what we nyina say more fire
so fire person ya more fire guess you
so for fire ni enko
kwame fire
ni enko
if you free to person be free baby
for free way
eti TV na chire o de TV ni nti am fa free say de ni mu no mbenyinya ko kenya saka me ko pay 27 street free na eti ni nti but to them am free ni mo
normal
ayire so ay be ko ho so e be do 27 ho daily graphic na da mani mu deputy speaker can vote Supreme Court rules em say no Kwame Adidi won komo opanyin lawyer panyin kro de asem no ekọ court Justice Abdullahi ya power from Dwabo Ase anopai what lawyer no enka wakasa ye ba ye kase bo awudom so betwitwa ne bi bobo agum matete bi na bibia
akai say lawyer say babia na ni kire no enye no ene si nra
but any just say question na we say bisa no last no answer no de man no eno na ya asem papa was Ghana for di echi say dey was kwadru ni say Deputy Speaker of Parliament ye here obi oya MP eye simple Speaker of Parliament onye MP one ni o se nipa no we neutral we referee woni part sabi woni part wonyina part bi adi mu wonyina ankofo bi anem o se wo betoto ne ma se ne ma bekoyie oni wade obetrem ne so eni kwa so oye MP se de be ya nipa no so akoma pem obetimi da ye adwuma no no MP a me wo fa ha no betrem obeden won twa nkoho
momo 20
obetwa koho ebe chia etisade no munwene ho wetin akwa medwe se constitution na wo se system edi na MPs na wo se ministers ko jira ye nam ko ka ya asema ya na asa be ma minister onya na age na omanfo na wujira omanem no wo ya adwuma ma wo na ye koya na ya bai
wa bra bra se bedua fie adwumadie no efie aduasani o efie aduasani
adwuma no kura wo ya o constituency kura wonya nwie
ko
sabi ya jimi nti mo ba de ato abama mo wi na makọ trankran mo tinkret kasa kasiem ayedu a no mabebo nsa na mokọ wotizo we no abefo na akọ omanfo esu de bia ye news ye ka akwanye we nya ye bre hospital ye jano mo nya maye mo de tinkret kasa kasiem boy condition ni asa bo minister apeso no age we ye minister sa ye MP
sa be di we so aka ho ze duru a wasa be so betu aba
yenyi obi a wonya MP eto no qualify so to aba
enkofa asem ma
eno asem bia ni wo efanim kwase ma na BBC report say Ghana parliament ko ntokwa because any kwase oto so beto akwam tie de ekekere nya say ba ko bu a krofo ani nyanko mo daily graphic no the highest court of the land has ruled as valid the passage of the 2022 budget by parliament consequently I just really no dia ba so
beto
and omo aba no
oya so dia kire ne say ba so no clarify
so to
one thing what clarify so
what kasa dia no no na court na ga say e che say ya je budget na
enti de hu be hia say ye betwen ruling no so omo say wo mo de details ni be ba later minim say bia by the end of the week
na say but aha de na e be share mu no aha de no na kwa
one interpretation
we are from daily graphic court to the end of the case
by the ruling interpretation na judges in the case
okay then my ruling him na say
that's the point I'm making
but some this is to say consequently the highest court of the land has ruled as valid the passage of 2022 budget by parliament on November 30th
Opacha said nature say
ruling now majatum say Joe Wise to be there na say 30th November abanom to omaje budget na tum
does that mean say momo to ni ajatum
ni ajo chire o mo sa be chire mu kakraka well does it mean say sada no na ajo asafo wo ho ana sabi de ne yeso ose no na da wo ho enso ya asem sebe da foforo e be ka ho asem sa asem ya ye kan ya na ruling is travesty minority kwambro for ned
travesty of justice
tabema that is entwasum that is say one onya adwene aje o kan sabe anya nokore enti donkuma ne say asem na Supreme Court awuru ne de omdo mu ne say ntomasum to any leave dia em say no say the Haruna Dusu catch up to they will oppose it, they will resist it.
Yeah.
Some
na wamra se be dwafie ho.
Eti 11 ya anje Ghana be wu ana.
E di ne besi.
Ghana independence ya ni.
Yesika bebrebe ne wai.
Sabi statement be about yam fan say na free ma me free ma opare ho. Say Ghana is broke. We cannot sponsor a independence day. Ye ni wie.
Ye di awie.
Eti de na esi.
Ye di awie.
Man panyi ko Dubai.
Wokọ.
One for private jet of Emirates on coy.
Yamfa ncha no so o.
Ye tuya ye. But save your money.
Executive that I know was so koy hwemu na ye calculate the money.
Oh there be say or the private coy akadi e betua na.
Yes private jet no ye tum. Yes normal boy ye din tie no ye tum.
Say nti no man.
To na ni a tire ba bi foforo.
O me amfo eno nti wa save we sika.
Ayo.
Daily graphic na Ghanaian medical students in Ukraine transferred to Grenada and it is all yaba. Yadi so afọ na no musa de so mbe ya doctor for amaye no aban se wakonti ase apam mu aye de omo be ko Grenada no makotoa so o ma disua so se de be ya nye se ntokwa nti o mbe kafi court declares Utah strike illegal na Utah for na no ma for mo adwene da na akoda court nti na se court no ka na court no ka kwam de da wuye nyina e bi obi be ka se wuye de tiatem e Ghana hu ntia na ase kire no ma menya ne simple ma Ghana fo wo Daily Graphic page 29 Umetima Kopebi, Daily Graphic page 29. Address the city depreciation challenges. Guta to government.
Guta to government.
Yeah. Guta, Ghana Union of Traders Association.
The dreadful quote.
Memu, Kuba time
time.
Any.
Wow.
Come to Brofunipo Modu.
Meko. More fire.
Thank you. I like the more fire. In December 2021, when the rate of the cedi to $1 was 6 cedis 40 pesos, a trader could use 640,000 to buy $100,000.
Wow.
December 2021, okay, you January, February, I find a March.
Nanu ya bronya ye.
Nanu bronya December. I get the force now pay $100,000, 640,000. We pay $100,000. Wow. Our good president, Dr. Joseph Obeng, as an assassin. Daily Graphic page 29. Nim the entire man him ho. The Nako page 29. As my channel. Wow, don't you cry?
The beers what about
beer is what my Ghana fantasy. Calculations in our ha. And rather I am obedient my business desk report. I will be on your fancy. Thank you. Wow!
And some was you kwaya so akwaya graphic na kwaya Facebook and then some nam.
Ayo. We will be on go Daily Graphic. Today. As the rate is about 7 cedis pesos to $1, the same 640,000 can buy only $84,000.
Hey,
as we heard, $16,000. We Daily Graphic pay 29 at them enemy you. It's a different now too. You can't get a more thing. Near my quay, now what bank now? My mobile, now you can't be much and I'll Ghana, yeah, if you are quay, you want to yet to heaven. Yami won't mobile. What do you want to heaven?
Yeah.
Because if you want light bill,
Debbie,
water bill,
Debbie,
fuel.
What won't your school fees?
Na kamu ye we be school fees do mutia.
What ya broche de no mutia.
Do na makra nru ho ko susa. Do na men do.
Na ya na esa.
Eno ni sabi ya nim. Se bi abaimufo a omuja ketua kese no. Se ni pa na ya na allowances kese no. Ono mo mutia light bill. Ya ma no bangolo satin free no. Otua danka. Otua water bill. On your light bill, Yaman coupon was added to fuel. Sabi. Abravo, a minister so bet you a dan captain maybe I want to cry, or bet on the fuel, or bet your light bill, or bet your water bill, because you're the Kaye. It is Kayana, Yenu Bizebisay, ya sorry, maybe Zebisay, Yamusomubi. It almost said yes, it here. It's levy, some I can, as a money here, Scar, or bet my cat cost. Yeah. And not ministers, na ketua bebrebeno. Yeah. Sebi for swan so. Yeah. Yet it is also man watch ya save sika. Sika ye the presidency. Sika ye di tutu akwan. Ya save akwan to ni bo ebi hia. Het say expo ye cost wo Dubai. No make say me. Say expo ye betima ye bi Ghana.
na ya frɛfrɛ amama ahodo a wɔ abibi mamu a sɛ mommra na mombɛtɔ mo ho wɔ Ghana ɛno bɛma sika aka Ghana
yɛfo plane akɔ na Dubai ɛho sie bae
na mo de musika fian ya mo si ebi ni hoi na mo de akɔma Dubai kuro no na de aye ni kuro yie
o si yɛse mampanyi tu kwan ɔde nneɛma ba tie bi ɔde bibi bɛba
yɛtwɛn ɔde business card na bɛba wo de sɛ wɔhɛ
$1 eti kuta say in simple terms from December ya open $100,000 say ya e was also akɔbɔ bosia 120,000 kanisika 1.2 billion
wow
na dia be rem from December to a 10th March
boso bi say na bɛka
Ghana city no dey do no o ka say abeka say Ukraine they say enye COVID bi
yankwa ni kasi mamiensa
sisi e monta so eti Ghanaian Times and Deputy Speaker has right to vote. Supreme Court declares that they are UTAG suspend strike indefinitely. Now, Bakua, a woman can want 2 cops killed in gun battle at Botema.
Charlie, Sassam.
Yes, Ramo.
Sassam.
IGP. Must maybe a man fans. Dr. Dampare. Most of the money is for Mufam for. Yeah. Now, Sebi. A yabotis themselves, almost a boy home by near to say. Also, create 2 a rabu deal. A yet, my own by no. Omo
de no munya uniform
na say uniform kura tuo
de no mu say uniform
kura tuo police for kwache omo to no mato bienu awu a omo di ede ba ye Constable Randolph Jimansa last corporal Steven Kwaku nyame
etu oba na no mu yusu to aboba no wai
nyame hu ya mobo omo etimi do nkoko to enran de yesen se omfo nkohyem busumi de to so de no nwotwe yemfa omo emra Daily Dispatch Deputy Speaker can vote form part of quorum in Parliament. Chakwame and wadada na no nyina.
But with him, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kasafa and a ruling a free Supreme Court by and was a unanimous 7-0 Wobisa. Shocking but not surprising. An unfortunate interpretation for convenience that sets a dangerous precedent of judicial interference in parliamentary procedure for the future. Kaisa, His Excellency John Mahama, I am Rasha Bedjani Pen. Oh, yeah. And when Rasha Bedjafie, and she said, yes, it here. Was answering him some Montesquieu, working kind, you know, when him some Montesquieu, the idea be by your friend, separation of powers. And just a whole judiciary, you know, what about what year? And a legislature so yanidie, executive yanidie. E wo musa munyina no, but I ne ba ko die, but obi andi ni le mu sada be ya, wei enko bunka mfa ba ko so. Na ba ko nchi ba ko mene. Because eno na John Mahama eda na di wa ase.
Unim de betimi so
ase na ko fa ba.
Ase me betimi ase ni se yeah, we are not anticipating sem kosa. Yen fo ni se mra se bedwafo no so koka se. Yen mra ni so se ya na kire. Yeah. It yes de emra be ye
no an ye di so a
sebi the court ni ye no na akoye say
well
nyame hu yamobo
nimde ne
nyam BFT and the Business and Financial Times yadam ase de bia mo be fia ahomache na mo de paper abeja see and review so man for beti kwame no masem be yemede PFJ fertilizer subsidy / to 15%.
Nipa be ne friend PFJ no
so de yem nim say mass ne bem say na me bugu
no PFJ ne hwan
PFJ no I planting for food and agriculture.
Planning for food
and jobs. What are you trying to PFJ no? PFJ
planting for food and jobs.
Planting for food and jobs.
Yes, I die.
Kwama rewo.
Koi.
The men na we are rewo. Mami change me tone no.
And mami muna.
Man penyin that John Mama peso. Fertilizer ya de makuafo free. Free. Mon fanya adwuma. Say no ba baba. Ghana fo anya biadi ni akoton bi. Na ye free kase free.
Free.
MPP ababa no say there be ahwo kire o eti ya baba mo 50% subsidy. Chasa ban say wa fa 50, mon fa 50. Kwa
fa kan fa.
Wa ka fa say obeton ama mo.
Okay.
Ba mun tuya half.
Okay.
Na ban for half.
Okay.
Na free no. Say mun tuya half. No for half. Kwa
software.
Ewo mo aban si ahwo kire aba. And was it say there? As I record 40%. Moment 60%. Kwam say the abedu ni assassin by 15%. Just say aban be 15%. Mumbe to 75% of the fertilizer.
Let's say the Canada
and it's a brofu in the farmers sound warning of high food prices.
eduru
dia bo ba
enuane bo ba
because fertilizer na bribide ye free na dia ba ne ba no say 50%. Now for bedu say no class for 15 ye 75% dia and aduane bo so be den because fertilizer na
sika no so aye de beto aduane no wey sika kro na no so ya adwen say ye ba tibia free so wo mo moto akwa so
and dey because Ukraine Ukraine kwam Ukraine
World Bank am yehunu say answer na covid mpo beba no na ye kwa ahohiahia
Ukraine
na ye da ahohiahia mo na come no man
Ukraine na do
World Bank abeto mo to
Ukraine
ye da World Bank dia na ye be
say sidi na ye Ukraine o man wa ye de Ukraine
ebra na mo se mo be na matutu sidi ni ye na sidi na nya hoden no sabra na Ukraine bia ba
Ukraine em say ye umofia nya edi ye ntem
umofia de chese
umofia say pass yan ka say nya edi ye ntem ko eti na chese Ukraine baba eti ya start bo kagu ho twen Ukraine The Chronicle
last one
ba like ombrofo no and this get bloody nose at Supreme Court so mo mutu moja wow but Minority Caucus says it is judicial support for e-levy.
No, read the headline you.
And this get bloody nose
and the screen so no mo share live or TV so na Facebook power 979 NDC gets bloody nose at Supreme Court.
Say there's a blood in the mekan mo pen so there go Supreme so
na bloody
thank you and there's what I said there and a boulevard robberies 4 cops remanded police for ayachi o machine wow kwame no the name yane picture say bana police for the hand of
the way now describe no
police ni ono chewa no the hand of agu nsa no and the police ni the hand of agu nsa police ni ebo ni din so ye police ni na hand of agu nsa
police ni a wo hu na tade keke mpo a na wanya hotosuo bi say bambo bi wo and na de wo no mom
and ya chene say wo diawu
serious o
kabanka agu nsa Posi ni amena yesi a posi for 9 ya do ma ko hyem a posi for
so for
kwanti da bokrata no de ba ye oluma ba ko so je fans kakra wa to uzu afiri akoto se ni nyina be ko de a o se poultry farmers na bird flu ba ye no etwa 20 million koma wo ne campaign ni bed
and the condition be ato akire o se sebe dey
ni nyina be ko de
eno ne asem no
poultry farmers no be ka say
so for that here for so antibai but that say more fire so e pa
ba eduane efedi mu
o say so be sponsor probably sponsored by so for that here more fire fatima bra timedua ne pe kase pa Dwabo Power 97.9 and a TV XYZ guy say Easter Chewodo XYZ broadcasting ya the Easter Chewodo ya de ba ya de hyiamo na sa dwuma de kase we ye hiamu nyina makoma ye hira mu nyina mayemuye sadaba ya awisia ne nyanka and yana edura for fit debi said to say Easter and na say buronya ya no muni baabi ombeko wo muni maame eni eye eja wo muni obi obaso masere XYZ Broadcasting Limited ye ne ya hwefo ne yetie for yaka ye nyu nyina bom say ye ntade a ye wo ye sika ye wo ye ka bom na ye de akoma nyanka ne awisia ye Easter chewodo nothing is too small, nothing for us is too small. Nesa say ebia eyesika na opesa wo mane ede maye na ye de koma enyanka ne awisia na number ne 059-721-5419 059-721-5419. Kai say what say Proverbs chapter 19 verse 17 was whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord and he will repay him with his deed. Wayemuye wakuma pa ede achadia suronko ede akatua suronko efro soro ebeba wabrabo mu etitu sa na mo we ene yemom na yema sedie ene anigye enwura eye enyanka ne awusia o mabrabo mu. On the 15th of April 2022 ye targeting orphanages ahodo ene sabesabi wo mo ni baabi o mu de o muti beto e wo my Ghana eye XYZ Broadcasting Limited Chewodo Easter Chewodo ye di hyiamo Dwabo Ase TV XYZ Power 97.9 ye Daniel wa basisi ye ade we ehia etimen ko ba bia fafidie no mane na ya ye ba hwade we sisi mame
Business and Professional Conference in Business Expo is back. Do you want to fast track your career or want to know how to secure financing for your business? If you're interested in sharpening your business and professional skills and learning about new investment opportunities, networking, one-on-one coaching.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre miye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema mwakwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye wonhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuro bosia, susu account, enidaso wɔ hɔ savings account, mebada chain savings account, ene de akeka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 03422918896. Na wonso wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank entime pa minie.
Dwabo Ase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many Accra.
Sure.
Check, auto checks, check, auto checks, check.
Emission, check.
Check, auto checks.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforodia Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much.
Auto checks.
Auto checks. Check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, auto checks.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre miye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema mwakwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye wonhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuro bosia, susu account, enidaso wɔ hɔ savings account, mebada chain savings account, ene de akeka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 03422918896. Na wonso wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank enti me pa minie.
Dwabo Ase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many Accra.
Sure.
Check, auto checks. Check, auto checks. Check.
Emission, check.
Check, auto checks.
Alignment, check.
Auto checks.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforodia Aquadum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much.
Auto checks.
Auto checks. Check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, auto checks.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa pa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre me busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema mwakwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye wonhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuro bosia, susu account, enidaso wɔ hɔ savings account, me bada chain savings account, ene de keka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Na wonso wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank, enti me pa minie.
Dwabo Ase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many Accra.
Sure.
Check, auto checks. Check, auto checks. Check.
Emission, check.
Check, auto checks.
Alignment, check.
Auto checks.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforodia Aquadum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much.
Auto checks.
Auto checks. Check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, auto checks.
average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa pa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre miye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema mwakwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye wonhye ya hodo bi te se dwadifo abosia, ekokro bosia, susu account. And it does wo ho savings account. Me bada chain savings account. And the keka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Na won so wetu mi aka se.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Dwabo Ase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many Accra.
Sure.
Check, auto checks. Check, auto checks. Check.
Emission, check.
Check, auto checks.
Alignment, check.
Auto checks.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforodia Aquadum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much.
Auto checks.
Auto checks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, auto checks.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehin fa pa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre miye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema mwakwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuro bosia, susu account. Eni da so wɔ hɔ savings account. Me bada chain savings account. Ene de akeka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 03422919896. Na won so wetumi aka sɛ.
Wo hye dwuma de bi ase kai sɛ na anu ya no call ye apieti ne mpotemo na wokohwe sɛ de amanfo ebusuafo wɔ omotebia esitie. Na ene opagya nkomo no e de akompempenso foforo on say ensam ne bebre a amanfo manso no ya na obuza on say ejomo member of parliament way minister regional minister no de na oye de na Ghana mpanifo e ya fatebia ebusuafo wom wabra wo mu kro ni nyina dan yabutu na edaya no mutim edaya wo mutim fifre sam fifre esi ye ni nyina bubuo enam to pa ye to ye wo ma de hwahwe mo nkwa wo busa ho se wo ba bi o mu da ye enye entwa ye a PSA twa ho mfonyi e de kire ye no kwase ne se edien na mpanifo e ya fa PSA e wo muaye bi de ma ye PSA why na ti wanim na muaye ba na wo ba gya ma ye
Kwame sene usikano no yes apepepe nete na no na yekopie mu ewo apieti I know Christian Huni Valley constituency I know ewo Atoyemantem Western region na yenyere nim se 20th January afia hyase mu ana ye topaye anase ka bia na ede enduro bia ye de epapa ya botan ewo mines mu ekoye na afia ekopaye wa apieti nam so ma adan ewo ho etume ebubu ye makru ketwa na ewo bogoso ne bepontem no say ye na yekopie mu ho no before that aban etumi eboaye eyi wono mo efiri ho edo omakọ baby fofora eno so eye baby a aban ede ma ama ada na afi ya hwese ebetumi achichi konuti yekopie mu ho no enora ye di kan ebo akire kakra ma mu ma ema etiefo ne ahwefo ehu ade cropot a ekoso ewa pieti wo baby a wo modan de wo modabre mu enye kra enye kra anka ebe yanka aban enkan ne ho na afi won fa ne mantutu ye te say ne na kwame na ubisa no member of parliament amafo bisa say na asem we si a eya na mra hye owo he honorable Dasmani a ono eye municipal chief executive aban krachi panyu owo ho wono ene hwe ho omakwa akoye omode omati committee e wo local level a ehwe na wo ma setenemu na atumi akoyi na fe national nso aban entu atumi ate committee se Ghana for the se yeyemye eti bibi se si a amanfo wadoye bia ya na wono mo etaye eti aban ete committee a mame eye osofo Joyce ayi ena woda no a wo hwe na fe amanfo ntobo aka prince mpoa wono mo ede betututu wono wo mo aka abum na fe wo mo de akwakoboa but ye be kan so se maximum company na ede sa etuduro anase sa eduro no ekona ekopai wo ho na enam so makuru a kuro ketwa na wo ho no ene kuro na se kura no aban efine omo $6 million sa sika no so ene ye bebisa se ewo he na yekopie ma ono kwame dabre na emu oya no amanfo ahwere ne ma bebre Dr. Mamadu Bawumia kopie mu ho no 200,000 Ghana cedis kadada 2 billion wono ma cha ma ma wie wo ma dia manasa eno achi ya papa Ibrahim Mahama so kopie mu ho wono so ekwocheche ne ma kakra ne ade no so wono mo nsa aka ama no so afiri ho but kopie mu apieti sesie ya ni anipa no ehwehwe pote ene se wono mo abaye boa na wo mo businesses asay no yasa aboa mo ahye wo mo kena na o ma san start biom aye businesses nkakra se na be ya wono mo nsa betumi akoma no nti ene ho komo na ya ba bedi se fund no akwakoduru hi committee a yate wo local level ene committee a yate wo my Ghana ha ye pa ho ntoma won kran eno so ho nsama akwakosi sen brasha badwani a ogire ma Christian Huni Valley abato mpeso so eye yewura Robert Wisdom Kujo mene ne bedi nkomo e wa ha sei na afi ye de ye ba bebisa se ne ene ma ne si ko ba temfa seda Emma Siatica expert a mo Ghana ha 21st clinic Siatica expert no woto asintire atwe se wim na wontumi nsore wontumi nyo ho hwa wadaroma kopiem e wo 21st clinic e Siatica expert wo mo de Siatica no wo de fa wono mo emfikyire a na se eno anu se yete ne te e de ama eno achi ye wo lab e wo ho a machines ahodo wo ho a etumi de hwehwe nipadua na kwa mu ehu yare ahodo a ewo mu nti wadaroma kopiem wo ho a ebetumi ahwe pa eno achi Siatica na achi no diabetes, ulcer, typhoid fever, yare bema wa emre wo mpem ne eno de nketenkete kra stroke nketenkete kra koko pie mo ho Dr. Foster Blaze de betumi aboa na sciatica expert ya ye won kra he domi heavy duty build no me na obehu ya wada ma ko pie mo ho a ye betumi ahwe wa ma bibia akonkan eno achi East Legon ye American House Adringado Junction no so wa ya so ekese wo ho a lab ni bibia ho ko pie mo ho na ye nhwe eno achi ko pie mo kumasa ye Alpha Radio afa radio mpotem ho awo ehwa overseas ona obehu ye sunyane wanchi brekum sahwedwabo so ho nso obehu ye na ma ne 0540311311 0540311311 Ghana man capsules abadwa so ene anope me kamfo de amawo ene bema ukosine ni ma se utumi ye adwuma ma ehu se wo ye bema mu bema nye bema wo fufuo tintintim etam pickers kotu amana enye bema no bema ni okotie esa batire eno so eno no nti Ghana man capsules abai ba beboa FD ahwehwe ma hu se boa ma bema gina na so kope bia no pe ne no na afei hu so koje 3 points ebetuma boosti sperms no kama pa prostate joy capsules so eka ho bia Ghana man capsules for ya na wono ma dia ba Ghana herb na wo ma dia ba prostate enlargement be problem about prostate no wadawo ma na akwa kope bi painful urination na se wodwo so na oti ya wo ma wadawo ma no so na akwa kope bi yese ewiase woto na se edua be wo weni no upe no to ase nkotwa so enti prevention is better than cure kope bi no be ma de we 35 years kwa bo prostate no by problem my kra wo de kotobi de bia no ba ko obehye ne kena ama ho ayede problem so wo prostate no ma o de on se obenum 2 anopa ba ko nwre ba ko kama pa bebe eto adro bia obenya prostate joy and afi Ghana man capsules 0244 727028 0244 727028 to from penny for ebetumi ajo so ebusuafo sene na esi ka pieti asem no na no mekopie mu ho memenda na asetran mu oya pa na yenko ne enkohwe maame Georgina mene ne twetwe nkomo ono a na odidwa dwana na odino na opama de kakra na wasan eco store are na fridge ya miensa ne ade no bae no esen ne fridge ne nyina nti se wo start life ne biom okoje bosen wo bank 12,000 Ghana cedis kadada no 120 million aye ne so asem na re hosem ode tumani mu abra ekopie mu ewa pieti ewo Christian Huni Valley constituency yenkohwe maami na kosem na ewia yefa komo twetwen no ento aso yani timamufo ni bi edin komo na ahwe se na esitie ye befa around na ehu edan na esia no ayetie animi ni ode dan yi baaye because baby na yetenkan na enimi se aha ye nwuremu a afei na ebia ye ba bedwiri ha but ye baaye hu se aha edan ewo ha dada yedi timamufo no eba bedi nkomo prakyerebe na sabre abo nonson apa ho sima aduonum akasima du na abo no nwotwe yani timamufo no egusu di nkomo ya ba ya hu se maame bi che ebro ni ade wo ha na se amanfo ahyase ye bibi nketenkete se nipa wo ha de obi behia sikire obi beto emo ni ade eti sa wo hwa ade a economic activities no kakra ahyase mema ni home so
Mejodo
na se ho ye de se wempra
mi praye but ya sam yare manoko
na mo betena ha wo nya baby fa na dai wo da tent no bia na se wo he
bacho mi na tent no mu bi reason time na tent no mo ka sa ye ba ha no enka ye bobubu edi no obi enya na tent nti o mo de ye fi wuro ma hwa o mo de ye ba ha no ya na ye wasa ye twen se ye be ye tent o mo mpanifo no ba ye na tent ina na ye ma nti omo de school dem ha say my students for na omo mbache wani
nti se school for no wa he
mbache omo nko school
no omo nyambie
pete for na asam to ye no omo school for no omo no omo di sada nka omo ba badim ama omo adisua bi no omo anya light na omo adaire omo di esua de nti eba na sa na ye so enya bebi e tent no na ese ye de ye ko so ese de no
enti ade sa se wo da school dan mu bim edan no mu so kakra menya wura mu de baba wo se mu so kakra mo ye dodo se nam da ho
oh ya ba ye kwa na ye bobble ba 50 ena obi mo enya nya dan wo krom a obi man che omo eyi omo no mo de ko ba ya ka omu kra ye ne nkwala ne nyina kan ye bobble ba ye 35
mo ya mankwa na mudem
ye ya on the mankwa mema omo mi nye nkwala nketenkete omo ne omo awofo eda ho no
mebisa wo kunu
mbacho menukunu
na obi da ho a wo kunu
awalefo wo mpa
nti awarefo no wo mumu kunu no meda he
awalefo nde omu kunu no omo ye tent no omo ye no omo di mema ni kogu baby faako ena ma no so gu baby faako nti omo mema no de omo gu tent mu na ma no so ye da
nti ade sa munya baby papada
oh ndi se abanesa obi no aka na ajeko no aka na se wunya baby na wo si weni nko ene se ba twa kra na wo ba twere my sisters too ya no mu che bro and me say omo still a omo nya baby nti valanda so he ni say na omo ye de omo da se bia nsu mu na ne ye nyina ya ba hye so wo ho no msa
Asembe na obeka champion for wo mo ba ha.
Oh. Eden ya de se dan say omombo aye ne yenya bebi a ye di eti ye de batu. Isanse ne atu ye ya yem hihye nti se bibi ba kakra sisi ana na fi depression akoso ndra se ne esi wa na nya agorokora. Ndra na nsu ya ato. Nti afamframa na sana light ahoma no na agite. Mframa no bona ye gidigidi san kwala na omnu kwa na ye atete na obi efiri anum ni dwan apa bebi afa. Nti ya sempani fo se omo se omo oboda no so amaya omo mo asomaye na ye nkwa nkotirim na afi so e wana kwa ya kwo ha wonya bibia na obetumi aye ye wo ye kro dada no mu no ye ton ade kama e ya ye we so omo anya ne tamansi ye da na amaya ye tia ne se ye tia nti omo ye we nu so na omo hwe se omo ye ye kro mu ho de amaya na ya san ya ko
Mami Gresata ena oten nka na say clearly asem si ye no aban e de magufa wawari o nwari yo e man kwa na eda ena mema no so mo su gufa yenko bisa awarefo ni bi sene life ni city wa hafi se nka nanka first no dawo demo no kunu ena dawo demo enanum ye different but enen so ye different wo mo fa ne sen sukufo bi nso wa ha se ma yenko bisa wo mo sene wo mo so de tie hello menko bebia eti sen
ba teye
udi di sen
Christabel
o say Christabel what do you feel saying
9 years
uko school eh
Jude basis
at 70 na mo ba ha no what start school na aha ya desa enfa na oda
ya da room
10 unya baby da uda mattress so Christabel ese wo mo de wo munya kwan ko school na ese abrabo no ensheda anya bare sa ma mo na so no wa fe apieti dada no onyaya nanka obesan akohobium sen
bache
wedding face sen
medi 10
years aha se ni apieti dada ono enfa na ope
kampa apieti dada ono
adintia
efise ono no tama na yo na shuni wo entuntum senior se bata se showa entuntum sanso ase
monda mosquito net mo
bachai
ebi ni ho
ai
nti aha entontom yo
bachai
ena ha so hye so de wo
bachai
modan na e wa peti dada wono na etisen
na one veranda one room ne one veranda
nti na ho de entontom nya kwan ma ho
bachai
nti unya ya nka obesa kono ho ana yensi dan ma mo wa ha na mo ntena ha
ngamya yanka yensanso kono wa wono
sa
bachai
okay na utumi ko school asem ni si ye no wie utumi ko school
bachai
okay eti ejei eno no akwara wadi mfie du still na wa fia pieti dada no utumi se maame no eton drinks nkakra na mami Grace wa na oton eti na mo wa pieti dada wono na oton den
echo ye wa pieti dada na e di dwa bebri me ye hairdresser me ye coaster me san plantain chips me fa ntuma enne mpobo ne ntade nyina ton service
baba
mpa chewani
usika no eho asem etesen
asam ne si ne de akonfo bem sa akonfo amema nka me ho pa de ne e be hye kra anhye da anhye we bia ba ye adwane no na nkofo sunsun na mechi a omu wie ye
usika se na ira
sika na de se na ye no me ma no me kwada hospital me ma no omo kwasisa nuama no omo sise bibia egu bag mi se omo baba peka na omo aba fa nuama na akope bebi esi omo ba ye no na bag na omo di scan gum no obi atamko any phones ene
o yira ska besen
o scan de doso because scan ayira kwa ebotumi edu 120 million say ye loan na edi edwuma December ni na ye ton ade akosi sa atam na ye nkokwa so nkofo nuama aha
eti say nema we sika besen ye na odi shema odi ton nema we
enti ko so na me ye no na fridge ni yatere ba we ni ye no tu nu asai enti ba ko na ye kofa besi anu me say ebi anka de be ya lala nso light na wona ya na enya nwode papa enti na me ni na ba say mpo mama ahye bi mom na crazy wo na video ye twutwu ma se pure water ba na ya to bi egum esensa metie me baba ko efirim me na ma se na wa ha na mankete ngete ka me ma ho na ye wa nti se ma nto nsuo ne nkaka ankra sa na ye nya ne aye bedi
and I would say yanene bon komono wa ebebo ne kakakra mama hu se ne life na nkasa setie wo ho maame a watiti no mowremu ye business wone ne mana atorenchem se ya to no na afi wasa ko back to zero a wasan start ya de ya reho pa anya asem keto but sesi ano medical ka say donations ahodo amanfo aye na aban sika wode atofotuo mu se wode ba beboa mo yenim ne nti a che because timamufo ne say one bebe omoda no moda brenye tent na egu no uwura tent no ma tare form saa o form no concrete bibia ni ho tent na abono wo form eti wo se obi de ntoma se form a wada nti nsuo to na nsuo start tene a wo mo begina wo na so saa ma de achi because unya ba bi na se nsuo ahya se toto eti nsuo mu na pe na wo mo nsuo gugem eti abane sa school dan na e wo ho no na mema no no ma ba be pechi wo school dan veranda mo mind you veranda also no krampo nipa na wo da school mu wo do so nti ade sa ebi mu do mo mattress betoto corridor no so na wo ma da it is ensuo to na mema no so ko kan mo ho just imagine the situation je ya dey hard but aban so say oba beboa amanfo say aban na che ye ko ho amanfo mo ne ye kasa ye o man kasa camera mu nyina say aban na che onabo Robert Wisdom Kujo emrachi bedwani e wo Christian Honi Valley constituency waba be come say wa ha ma me ne mbon komo emfa sa situation ho onabo akwaba wabusuafo ne okuromu bia ho ye de good it has say utumi be join here honorable asemwe ya asefem sem asem si ye na won kan udimrika ko ye ko hwe ye mo kwa mo banyina tent beba ne ade uwom bi adenti na bepem ne ye nyanye bibia se ye rebuild ya pieti ana se ye yi omo afiri ho ana ye de bibi kwa kan omo ho ama wo ma asetene mu aye kama
da asemini ya piesi am se ma memfa sa kwan so nkia wadwuma efo ina memo mo na adwuma na menchia me constituency fo nyina na na himan am say 6 March no ye nyina abo mu ye no fefefe me chia constituency fo nyina na men ye very fast assembly na me nkran assembly na me wo constituency
na wo horada okay
na makwa ye one of our communities ameba there's assembly na nya even more than 1 hour na me do sport
okay
nti me kan na me hwe na yi nkrofo ye di ambulance ye di mogum ye pe access way the amanfo mama fa kwan so na fi enya kwan sisi wo ina me part me na me compare even excavators they buy I start to say the new money ado
so access road
nti I was part of the team of here in Mohono.
Okay,
after 2 days na some person call big adan for minority caucus meeting.
Okay,
until I was part of the program. My main concern sani I can say insuo tokrampa efa tent national sai men nyina bede di wabra 14th February me call say me ne adofo mu aka no ekodi Valentine's Day.
Okay,
hona ye hu de see insuo start say eto and within 20 minutes na insuo no jai no mo de me call round so ye call na insuo afa amount for tent ase nti hona de no start say bana me consumer media e ka mo.
Okay,
they didn't buy until the following week and sana minister and so koya ne deba our children for kwan obefa so na yesi appear to front.
Okay,
na se yaka se bisi appear to front em sa de hia pa sika sika ena ma se eni hwa na yema yeden akachi na CCA de ye nyina minister ma ye nkonta nkyere na appear to fund but ye na ya te say ya find Mazam company ya find $6 million ye the 5 million and 5 year appear to fund
sana mapanyi kan
and a chamber of mines so just last week ya even though minister says kenisha but almost donate $4 million.
Wow,
no somebody akeka on the young first $9 million. $9 million and then you see the agony what they multiply won say
okay, good
now I see to me fee dwumadi see
good eti ade ntina wo hwa dwumadi no akachi a yenya start because me call appear ti dada ho ya dwiri ho nyina masese ya ho akwakwa ya asase prana ma usi down ho a ebe yi ade ntina ache
eda minister be there ba na say
Minister
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources.
Okay.
That day, no, we start a block factory. We start to say, "Omucha blocks." Now, me could do na machine ya one. Jim catch them see. Even 4,000 blocks in the 4,000 bags of cement in the Guaziano. See, the one machine 6 months running. Even when we get 10 machines, na day bia will be a 100 crampa no cry is going to take us more than 40 days or 80 days and send you until we need more machines. And the youth know so my prepare say ombebo me twa blocks no no maji sika kakra em say omo charge to say the ombe charge obi a or here for commercial purpose. Nti what we need is say minister nka say ye be block fat them say ye kofa machines speed aba na youth dey now so you twa blocks because this year case been for so many 10,000 friends saying cement
10,000 bags of
cement edeba.
Okay.
And in the course of last week so I'm saying gas and so I coordinated about 1,700 bags of cement.
And Rasu committee says Zoom line for so baho.
Inti just cement in the akase yebenya ahwan so na the akane machines na labor so nya na ho. Inti it's up to management and kwa so be twa. Tamni ya start dwumedi no.
Okay.
We have a lot of contractors in Ghana. Ye di dwuma na mo ma on be fiase ya in 10 because ye ka say omontena tent na say na statement in na you should talk about Western region enya papa nti the idea say ye baby temporal is good but ye speed up appear to ankasa because temporal structures na ye be dem so ko hu sa oduma say resettlement na mo ye na afi ye be cruise na ye ama victims no and no we have about 78 rooms. So because our chairman nipa 900 now it means nipa be 10 still be call better one room it still they will not have their comfort.
Okay.
So what is in a situation because of arrangement na obi na yere na ma omontematiti.
Yeah.
Na be man dey have for 1 year or ban so dey have for 1 year.
Yeah, which is very bad.
Which is very very bad.
Yeah. Eti se say no na no Dr. Mamadu Bawumi akọ okokoye donation ni ade timamufo na jetum se sa video no ho ma yenyi na afi ye hwese ne donation ni se course so and afi appeati fund ne ade ni nyina eno no ma che me kodu no so ma che we ya 200 Ghana cedis ni ade ba e bi kwa dey start your business nkete awon no video ni enya nye ready dia ma yembisa se momo local committee na mote ya mo hwe no momo adwuma ni national committee no nsusu ebe ne dem because ase ne wuken ase nhyehyɛ na ekoso ne preparation no wani nje ho
local committee there I had to say yɛhyehyɛ nyama osura na de abro na nso wahwɛ sɛ obey implement nti local committee adwuma yɛ sɛ o take care of the victims o ma didim yɛ de nyama ba kwan be ne befa so akyɛ ekwan be ne befa so ayɛ tentama yenuanom a omo ho aka adwam no no manya baabi ada nti on the grounds work no na local committee no obi yare ese de no call hospital obi afenti obi bewo so nkola be ko school eno ye local committee nti won se omadwuma no ene adwuma ni nyina na wo local no
na enti momo local committee no link be ene wo montem ene national committee na ma me joy say down no
say national committee there actually number 10 national committee say appearity fund.
Okay.
Appearity fund they say your creative fund or na amount for this kabegu no so mo hwe say fund e kwa be fa so na ya bo ho ban na ye de dwuma.
But say woni me ebe ya adwen say say anka sa committee no enemo etadin kitahudi no etesen CCA.
Kitahudi no minya the total relationship because of where I am and
where are you? I want to win.
Some war parliament na asem when na mekofie no. Na me no makoye meeting. But everything is on the platform. Bibia ekosubia no or local committee platform so.
Okay, 89 is a national committee no etume link emamu information about what is happening at their end. Because you are not just anybody. We are a member of parliament and the former MC for the
because of that, to my request, sir. Minister for Lands and Natural so Omra na and the balance sheet of Appiety fund. To be assured, say, as we move along, you know, next week or next 2 weeks, you know, if you are question we do know wabe Ghana for you say this is our balance sheet, how much we have received, this is what we are going to use for the Appiety rebuilding and those other things.
Okay, it will ne you Rajana Pomuna members of parliament.
I'm members of parliament.
I'm more a Ghana Mrashi fee. In Kitamudi net to say.
Oh, when the last time that was 26th January, and I'm who social media say is in GTV say omo launch Appiety fund.
Young Kanchero
Manti. The Moyan say my area and so me ready to say they also read or social media and I'm here. nti eno echi no na me statement eko buy say only card statement of appear to the buyer na me so me yeah contribution about that statement na or the two igba me can me part or me version
ba wo fi say
eno echi no me ba eno echi no na me so me koye me statement about the happenings at appear as at the time you visit one nti am say eno echi ne sa Valentine's Day reactions e si ho no and omo frɛ deba no me hu local platform say that is where we have all agreed say
deba na omo koye wo hefa
wo koye wa appear na ya chire omo the way forward as to rebuilding appear and the temporal structure on betin kopima abra appear you be see ewie no
member of parliament yanje wadwen kire yanka nkire wo
you have that
ade nkira won kana sa committee
no platform so local committee platform
and the what wo ho no
and no platform so most baba so
e dey tira national committee ya fa want to so because we are member of parliament when I was
national committee no me statement for me make not necessarily MP being part of the appearity fund but na can be per se a rep from the traditional authorities no say appearity e shobi ase oko review history you catch say nana bepo and now they appearity e ma ho motena ho nti che say bepo na divisional authority and na bepo divisional authority ni so share wasafi as traditional authority
yes exactly it's who problem say yamfa ohine bi owo oho amfa to so na e ko wasamanfi east
wasamanfi east in there minim connection abandon all in 20 or I don't have problem but me can say asem na si wo wasafi ase nti nie nti ne yamfa wasafi ase ni anka because me na scan ye de baba bua me wasafi ase nti si ye hwe nkofo mbebo scan ho ban a ese me so efie ni paso ye den e ka ho
nti wo issue say yamfa hemfo na nka
se ade de ese ye de kwa ha o wasafi ase yamamre ni nti mo ya mo ye ni say
esi woni ahemfo na di nkomo wo se problem ho e ha wo
medi nkomo bebre na reasons ana obi a onka ahemfo no all no menene ya gbe say asat now wasa fiase no ye ne substantive
paramount chief
I say obi na all act
but at least
there's a council wasa fiase has a council
traditional
council so we to council him say council yes I found you na a committee of 5 the moment ye nipa baako council no will decide say we na ya to say only substantive paramount chief in there it's not that
honorable Dasmani MCA e wo ho woni na nete constituency ho wona si aban na mu wonka committee ni ho e na won so wonka ho eti going forward no e dey na mo beye se na beye ABS funds no mo betuma bo ho ban yi
am say ni ameka on statement me say I was urging the minister say onko back na the committee no onko woso na oma yinipa ba kun yeden embraso
nti no de wo urgency see say omo san
ma ka o statement no
what kind of statement
na
parliament now on responding then I will come biom
me ne hweka say otumfo otum a oro on kawafo abetinti
o ma fo hwe Christian Onivali bogoso fo apieti fo hwe o mo nim say o ma
mra o ma ti say makasa wo parliament say sa committee no mtie no mani yi ho because Christian Onivali constituency na municipality na oho ena apieti a o share bepo asem bepo onso ye friends traditional council so ati divisional traditional council or ena wasafi asekese no ho mebebo ni nyina o statement say at least nkasa group nyina emu ba kumpo emeka ho nti be agi minister and say on hwe se obeye ho bibi na ode saa nkofo ba akwa abeden abeka ho maka we up to the minister whether so obeye
but are you going to push further
my pushing further nyina abeye still presenting a statement or having a press conference
aside press conference near parliament statement I'll be making up backdoor minister woni na parliament what try say obenya no one on one and say obetumi anya no na woni na aka ho asem
oh masa say asem de ye ka na ko wasoma wa wiete obi kura ho a ye nkasa nche wodi wani kura e kire na de seso ye no be ni obeye ehun hia say obekọ one on one akotie tie ma ansa no be ya so be ya o kan no be
nti free say minister na nye na dwen say obeti wasem
me sure so be ho bibi
na atiefo nso a wo mo constituency amafo tie na no pay amafo hwe wo TV so wo mo free say ese wo ye bibia fa ho because na no me call gidi amafo wo fan dum kra age say amafo ni gidi wo enkanka ne se wo mo nipa bia enka ho no
o mo nya gidi wo because ye hu fans bebre wo Ghana ha na nsen ya COVID-19 fan ya free say o mo mekire fan no wo parliament ya boss wa embo nti amanfo hwe se COVID-19 fan crampa na ye for the whole country eno kra na yemu akonta yambu na we akoye apiete one town ana akoye pristem we one constituency then chese bebu mu akonta nti minim se bi nim wo pepa se ombe contribute to fan no nenso am se gidi ne ho se de kotuma ade be ko ne se ni obi nim wo adwene saa
Abusafo ye ni Honorable Robert Wisdom Kujo o ye brase bedwani ma omafo awono mo ewo Pristia Huni Valley abato peso aso na wote se ye ne no e bon komo utie o Power 97.9 na fe TV XYZ honso e na wo hwe ye na no pay asam na kwa ne wo minister enya kasa ye be pese ye be ko eye ministry ona hwe ne minister no so ye wo kan fi se amanfo no ehunu se aban na nyanye krado se obeboa nkrofo ne ntem mi wanso to a ha amanfo kwa me nka wo studio amanfo messages bebre aba ho ne ade wo so wo concerns ahodo ni bi because no a me no na eti studio na wora aho afa de we kasa kra ne ho aye ode honorable da so ha o question is
well personally me assure so honorable wakobia eye ebusuafo etie sabre omuni baby omudi omuti beto ne ho krodoba animanim ya no ede ne ya afa omakusem no ho and afa so o ka asem fa the inability to involve local authorities no ewo anamonto ahodo eda empanifo anim wo susu se sabi empanifo peso mo kata bibi so enti na yemfo mu nhyiemu ana honorable
medasi yes yesusu se obi peso kata bibi so me steps are me taking say minister amra parliament no me kire sika dodo ayenya nenia disika na ye de ba be the committee say they have to rebuild appearance no say no there nana bepo eka ho and to another person so work conscious more kan no mo be hwe na yesi appearance no ni ame ehia me pa ne say so far as sika ho ne de say appearance no e cost 10 times in ya hu because obi be sit down on this kind of problem na say ye hu say yen kra no yen hu kra ye hu say be $9 million now they multiply you see the ejimi ya obenya bebre
okay
e be 2 jimi obenya see the bebre ye see the pia say you see appear tikro this 9 million say to me see appear tikro as I'm looking at it no nti be no problem from that the mian say akonta no be pepepe sika no ye de be ye adwuma no pepepe ma obi ahụ atọ no appear because even here ba see appear no kra no me call on problems be to say midiga ana midwa no atọrọ nchimti asay misika na ira some microphone nyina immediately na say take stock of all their data na obia the factor say onya no de toa na abrabo so no especially say nya temporary place ni mo wia so obia business should start nti obia na de bia ahwe bia no ekwan be fa so be nya o ma de dem no afi o mo normal life as say nti na me bisa say sa 6 million na minister final slap on Mazam Company Limited no what are the components dani sinkwa ana nimpa no ma sitem te say ya che sika vice president by ya cha mo say 200 no nya ya cha mo no is forever ana every top so a ye be san so amom bibi kakra na omo de abo omo bra say dem kan what ma
say eti na mo local committee for no mo raise that issue we ana
yes say ye na trans na sa sika ne channel de nyina ba until now no in our next meeting we have to decide what is the next step na sisi akwere to say fan nyina akwa appear te fan no na ye ya say chairman no e de call minister no na appear te fan na ko he ne sisi nya fi on ye de be boa grassroots because grassroots na ehia
okay
all na sem no
and the ampa problem o pa eti assurance a wo de be matimam for say wo be ye bibia obetumi bia se eye fadro mo be bo ho ban na de bibia sesika bia akono kwansi bia mfiri mu anto no meba ho na de assurance aba me so
me poche no the first issue ada say caucus ye ko ho no me ko raise say me member of parliament me di mani be di akire say bibia obi de be ma omo no obi ansa be kan de pepepe.
Okay.
No be ti radio say sa asem na MP be kan intra agitation and start war camp on na nkemenka say de be bia mehwe ma akokona.
Dabi. Honorable Robert Kujo enono MP for Christian Valley. Kwame so me na what question ni bi so
me honorable Nkwanza honorable unim sa pieti asem ye beto mrashe bedwafie sisi e na sabre ya speaker right honorable Alban Bagben woni we na enro atem we ni sunsanso ne na ahase sisi e se ekodum pempenso bi se wo se ye toso aba ehu bi bo se atem wo no betima nya sunsanso e wo asem bi ehia mo saa e betima betodwa se be hia se beto so aba na
me da sibi nua say me ba parliament no Bible mi no mo de a kire mi o mo kire mi Constitution of Ghana 1992 and e ma me ba ko ni e ma me standing orders of Parliament of Ghana nti sa huma mi na mo de adwuma nti woko Constitution ma 101 102 e da ho pefi say even quorum no cry e form no wow preside on count how much more voting you form quorum yet master business in the house yes wo na wo preside on count na ko voting dia wo tima vote you man ayi and I'm standing order so 109 2 and 3 no so what can pay say what you adwuma wo ni vote wasanso esi so say obia oye deputy speaker and all presiding so you don't have vote inti eno na ye de adwuma but the evidence say se be voting in parliament yen ko no Supreme Court. Okay, so what you say voting no say you live in baba so ye be voting in parliament ho inti yen 137 nyina no se ye tuwie no bi say or preside into osanso abetoa na yen so ya hwe national anthem say we are going to resist oppressors rule we are normal site ye nyina contempt no be for 137 nyina kogum de ekogum ya na omo 138 or 137 omo ato na omo pass yi level no nti ande ha no me anya problem am kra say Supreme Court na ahye ne mra or an interpretation na yen so parliament ye wo mra ye de adwuma omo de adwuma for almost 30 years now nti so bi so ama interpretation for fra ye de ente ye de standing orders no ne ye de be adwuma or parliament
because no dey somebody adwuma it is so bi
na de adwuma na so bi so was and for contempt because the Supreme Court can find you man okay, we are going to insist on what is in the standing orders, not interpretation from Supreme Court.
Okay, it's honorable Ceciano meba ho na ya ba be assurances kakra na fe ya hwe say timamufobi epese wo mobo because eba yi minim say wo ye mrahye bedwani a wo NDC for afane ade NDC ebi mabo ne ade ye ba be kan wo asem na fe ye de komo no atwe e de abane we police ne do no e da so wo dwa so kope bi na no ebe boost immune system ne pa ye kama pa wa yare kwankro bia wo so bia wonye bi na no ma ebe boa pa ye friend no imbus heba mixture post ni ne dru bebe eto dru bia obenye bi chronic diseases imbus mixture ne boa e ma wonye ne che health alert organic shop vision 1 FM ebi wo ho bebe eto dru bia so post ni ne dru bi wo ho 0246208496 0246208496 eno achi Ghana Christian University so enso e wo ha wonom so kirem say 51 years ye de nyamesom entete aboa ma amanfo atumi anyantete any accounting no engineering no human resources nursing no information technology journalism human green energy film acting ni nyina ye kire bi wo ho na ade ede ne say so what a busy with you said then cry to me a mount schedule a wow na emfa pressure bi anto so eno echi ye regular ye were regular ho Monday to Friday opeso ko square e ho weekend so ho na fe sandwich so e ho hwehwe ye e wa mra hia dodo wakwan no so adenta dodo wakwan no so e wona obo Ghana Christian University 51 years ni atete man for sa ko online ghanacu.com which ma download forms bi wa na which ma by campus so 0204 069 583 0204 069 583 empanyefo bejo so prostate joy no ebi so da so edwanum maka kire say prostate no e say obo ho ban be ma cancer taku mema bebre eye prostate cancer ti prostate joy abadwa so onya bi no ma betuma abo problem e wo prostate no a wo de ane say wokoto bia anopa ba ko nwumre ba ko Woni prostate na wadi 35 years kwa say obo prostate no ban na afi obi yare bia ntumi amma ho prevent yare no kama pa NS Chemist Lena Pharmacy Top Up Unicorn Nisi ni East Cantonment Pharmacy ni nyina ebi wo ho FDA agye tum say boa ema ujun so fili kama pa Prostate Joy for 0244727028 0244727028 mpanyifo ebejo so na Honorable Wisdom Kujo eda so we ha Honorable sesi assurance ben ena wo de be matimamufo awo anaganafo nyina say wo ho ya nkwa wo mu apieti fund no sika no wo be make sure say modi ekira baby ese sika bia ko bia be ko pepepe regardless of obi a ote ba bia ebe ha no
me da se me am say Ghana ye fike se me parliament nti so ya de na for say bra parliament na be bu akonta wontumi twetwe ho na wontumi edi ntro nkyere wodi ntro kyere na ntro na abedi no wanso be sanso ya de etwa ho kanti assurance amade ma me microphone say me as a member of parliament no fund me di ekiri na project bia be bia anso be di mani edi ekiri say invite me o say involve me ya involve me o
do we ni be di ekiri
me di be di ekiri
ko me kansi so bia
me kansi so bia say we invite me we involve me o me so mo kwa me fa so a me hwe say found no aye adwuma ese say be den e be pepepe me ye sure say baby obi enya atore nkyem no ho no bi nso kwa
ese ne kwanse mo ye de
ne kwanse ehwie egu a okwa akodi wo ye sa de ana che say wa so obi beka say wo conscience no na ewu so conscience ye activated pa asem yesi nye ho na okwa akosa wo nkwa.
Okay, it is say NDC for ADCA and what ben am dey boy PAT for because so I am rese bedwani NDC abusuamu na free.
Oh, may sure pa say dan asem ni si ye no. Mrantia omudi makoten no nyina no dodo na ye NDC mrantia. Omam koto mu say omuyi bodies omo ha omo nyina omo ka ho pa na omudi sa adwuma no. Na international organizations ne local organization ne omodi ni omo eba no obi ntumi ka say we NDC ni we MPP ni nti ye hu say amanfo piaba abeboa say caucus nso ye kono ya mfa ye nsapan ne de koye ye nso ye fa ye ma ka ba ko pa kia ba ko de koye all sort of items na ye nso ye de ko boa nti ye gusu a ye no obi ni ka sa and about a week ago or before some ladies in Germany omo frame me omo shipping am dey achi am say na be half container yeah they buy be through 3 weeks time I be from na so yakoya presentation
okay
until we are still linking with people
okay
omo so could be how linking we are am say obe associate himself because of this political issue ni adinti no nko na wo me ba bo nkrofo bi na me ma hustle almost so ma yemko apiet but ma say omo akọ behind me nti sa anamuntu emitu na de sa yema nyina de ko
okay it's Christian Univali NDC na fe Honorable Wisdom Kujo mo obi pesa wo boa mo a omfa mfa hefa na mo mfa enkonko boa PAT4 no
obi o pesa wo boa bia no send OTA from XYZ or inform XYZ for
na muni na ma bia ho mbetumi de atu dwane npa ko na frɛ wo
number there say obi a we ready now for wo call friends what do you call it oko local committee na most of na yema nyina
which you are part
nti so bia ye ready so be kwa offer me a memo direction say local committee no since any udru appear tia even 1 hour before we do okwa na announce they will call all the committee members to come and receive those items and I always kakasi about time so I would call appear to fund ye ma me osofo Joyce Ai on so called doctor okwa onso ombeje no mo de ato fund na de be bia na ba be yedwuma wa piet.
All right, Honorable Robert Wisdom Kujo Emershebedweni Christian Hunivali wo na pieti wo be bogoso pa Honorable nso de ho mpotemu ano wo ona obeka yen sa no pay ne twetwe nkoma wa hwe no TV so a wo san tie wo Power 97.9 Honorable yada se otum beka yen sa apieti fund no ya be koso edi eni edi akire once Honorable my assurance ono nso di na ni bedi akire yen so edi bedi akire na ya hwe se bia free na akopese boso be so block factory no mo ye no mfide ni bia ba be ka ho ana ya be koso a me de takwane ne mpotem de hwa ye me amedi ti ye be koso adi eni edi akire ma ye twa ye ho mra me di PSC okra kwa me menka e de Dwabo Ase no to aso de ama osisi a me das mama nche afo nyina ebiem e mema be me wo mpem a edi nkan one but we say environment na be man find himself became environment Bible no place be man no say or head of the family or our unity e no ba pans oba no to say ba ne mre no ho asa be man no oba no ba condition ba na bibi nti ebia sikasem nkoye bibi nti oba no ebuna ne guso na omre ne ho ase mani kunu no a ema enkuta ho a odbet no oba no edi ehye wo mpem no etiko. Oh wow. Yes. Fan se maba umume opocho ne hweme what did matem timidi abufu ne bae etike bia nka me se me baram no baby bi na sa sex no so emotions enti ese picky free enamu nhyiamu no emotions enti ade bia ebe me bae no so me buofu my irritated enti bet makate ama ma dwene kra ma se me no behia eni edi nkan psychologically enti psychologically na say you prepared. You prepared. Okay. Number 2 age. Sabi yehwe mema omo age 50 years ekora. Now to compare youth on bracket between 40 years and below. And penifo no tend to have more sexual weakness compared to a friend is saying natural. Okay. I would say penifo for instance ye e sense ye no machia ma enkora be mu no. Ya na adwena ko say oh ya yes anti no normal. There be Bible no say you must you shall the man shall satisfy the woman sexual and likewise the woman not you shall. Edika quarter and camera. Like I say you may. Okay. Inti say we chop money sa na kan ase de ho. Okay. Na ye nyini a I say sebe ye de no. E me ma de adwene anase ye ni hunu a ye de by sight. Okay. Se ni bo sebe eni mu bo fruity. And a back malakas no. And a repose effect in the word Hannah. Yeah, it be my friend the daughters of glorious. It was Adam who Eve one gasod in Sakano. Adam who had been in home. Enti see any bob sardin see apa na ani na real information am adwene no adwene of the owners ampame was na who is oh menya tom erade menya di if adi nko ade so be konko ade menya di na ono sa catch akoma emoja pompe no me bi nsa ne fefe ne genital veins no se be ne ntine we be ma no mo ne moja femu no na ade ne sorry. Okay. Na problem ne say ye nyini no wear and tear and those are core science is proteins repair one tissues wear and tear cause na intin thickness na reduce also suffer 3 inches pipe any 1 inch pipe thickness na yape 3 inches pipe no in so pressure was be from it ma hold no 1 inch be pie.
Yeah.
Had a problem no.
Okay.
Ye nyini wear and tear na ma intin yemre tak mani pompi moja na erasha for almost debi Mr. Kwame ansha na wabu ahwe because in tintic story this I hear na pie the pediatric pons here or the auto kata system ka ho ade be auto kata system ade be cause sudden shock sudden death sudden collapse no the pediatric be cut blood flow no no remedy situation te ba sabon se wo nyine no e moja na rush fair mu under 1 minute there be yeah hit do have be pie be pa to was na cut.
Okay.
It is man penny for tend to have sexual weakness more. Compared to young man, youth now.
Okay.
But now, so when you youth or 25 years or complaining about sexual weakness, anchor, you can say I didn't use to complain. Problem is, on the car, every much change oil. First, your papa no commercial say 25, 30.
Echo.
To go on board 15 years no, or 30 and call 45.
Okay.
Yes, you shall say 15. So, maybe out the 30 years now, I warm up. Mama ne papa. It ka the 15 years back kan 20 e be akobese 28.
Sir.
Into one say intin bud mana emu bud one say the way ye si home no. Sana blood vessels no so home.
Oh okay.
En kan no mo bom break no. Nso bi wono mo o shege game na se or bo continuous be 1 hour. Opim say ejaculation be ba. Once you be o call breaking. Obu say continuous. Intin veins blood vessels overheated.
Okay.
As an expansion contraction take place. And one modern say contraction to me cat say na blood ne ba ha sinti e be fa ne say enti blood ne ba de be hit baby a block no e be cause agglutination e bon chirewa na de da blood vessels nim the next time I open erection e ko pin baby to nya free flow no enti na youth no complain now so more sexual weakness and can you say basa nyame adom ye was zipman capsules so you say I offer TV so that so excuse ban that
okay
zipman capsules
okay
a contain washer ebe wo horo be maintain nim amem wada ho ama etnya sane bibia akọ de ama wo et say wako heaven now ni angels no atwa ho hia ni wato party wo ni oba no nko a na ye boy yo
sir
yo
sa feelings no dear normal air satisfaction. One can say the man shall meet with the wife, or see you shall satisfy.
Okay.
Satisfaction as a saying. What man need pan was in so.
One man.
Nanka you kind of when you orgasm and the climax.
Okay.
Inti one kaunya foreplay no. At least 15 minutes. Foreplay must be wife in hono sebe vaginal fluid no. Where they are no padem fancheme. Emma honey lubricated. Emma a hono air lubricated na se hono egu kama. Foreplay. Nanka what menya age bracket so you 40 to 50 kaunya 25 minutes.
Foreplay.
First round no. There be foreplay 15 minutes. Nanka round 1 make 25 minutes. We are.
And no put a penny for no.
And here 40 years a corona making.
Okay.
Now we are home. Bonko makakra.
Okay.
We are money baswa for second half. Now, ultra 35 for qua. And most women age bracket between 40. No, between 30 to 45 no. Or more orgasm being around 30-35 minutes. Because
answer who be
and I make
I won't say yes. Why are there
more? Any condition whereby you foreplay 15 minutes earlier.
Okay.
But so what man also work giddy no foreplay. As I saw the 15 minutes never come home. Until they are no more brain. So and most of the time so with me foreplay my honey na a certain drink kama. A old bear man and cast a mom baby. Please, with the 1 minute when I'm in dopamine here, me patch up. A bear man or bear no release ya. A chemical brain a release.
Okay.
A inner motivation, inner satisfaction and pleasure.
Okay.
We are out of that it may catch a gun for mass my man and no munshia. More now would need Bemesia, even Senka Mama call physical side, a yin sumia free. Bema wouldn't mean that.
I see.
And one utaya will chance a reduce chance of your prostate cancer by 30%.
Wow.
Let me repeat. Bear more time or Beshank, one crank twice a week. A reduce chance so when your prostate cancer and as an enlargement, a brain to me one anti alcohol. But 30%. But 30%. Now, PSA, a who here? I say, yeah. And you want to say a part, a kind of a anchor one life in your complete.
Okay.
It doesn't matter you're not medi. It's not a mema. Oh, Obama bev do make me a quota adia cochero. But so the home man many share and no retain 100%. I didn't have command 10% pay.
Oh, okay.
And a idea a kind of one and kind of medicine. Here it is a man per se. No mushia near Tnasecha.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, I'm Mr. Solak time announcement. Solak Natural Clinic. Open so name come 101. And for counseling, be a be a who could be counseling, be psychological counseling, be a power good in a choice site or touch ya a be arousal female partner easily. Once a very hard and me and teach him kukomunkomwa. How bet me abba me location and can have more kukomemle. A Solak Natural Clinic. Maybe Harvard Senior High School. A Honcha anywhere. And if you come as your Solak Natural Clinic, a walk in chrono. Any filling station no na afedi an mhwe your telephone number se puso homa ebia wantimi anya kwan frame ya from sisia na ento ankomo so off air na kokomu nsem bia yentimi enka no ho MTN no 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 0245 61 60 28 and after Airtel no enso ye 0261 73 62 63 0261 73 62 63 and na kwa medim twatwo no say PSA adeni kwa say one place a bit my your kitchen.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crash.
Sure. Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes. Check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforidua Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto checks. Check.
AutoChecks. Your safety, our priority.
Check. Auto checks.
Welcome to the Royal Dazzle Event Center. With a lush and well-maintained lawn and garden, you are assured of the best serene and comfortable atmosphere to organize all your family and social events. Live the royal moments here with friends and family. The hosting capacity of 600 to 800 people makes Royal Dazzle the most versatile of places to host weddings, parties, funerals, conferences, concerts, and many more. Create your memories with us. Call us for inquiries on 055-814-8585 or 024-620-2144, or pass by and speak to any of our friendly staff. Locate us at My John, close to Zoom Lion headquarters. Royal Dazzle Event Center, creating memories.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo. Can I join you guys?
Yeah. Always drink fresh, natural eggs, mineral water.
Still got it.
Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
If I cry na menye sika, edia ye me fui.
Ehin fa pa na menya bosia, edia tre me dwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre, me busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yɛma mo akɔ ababa Suhum Rural Bank. Yɛwɔ nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifoɔ bosia, akuokuo bosia, susu account, anidasoɔ wɔ hɔ savings account, mebada chain savings account, ɛne deɛ keka ho. Frɛ Suhum Rural Bank wɔ 034-2291-896. Na wɔn nso wɔtumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank, ama ene maye car owner.
Suhum Rural Bank, entime pa minie.
Dwabo Ase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Our attention has just a ruling of the Supreme Court on the matter as to whether a person presiding as Speaker, consistent with Article 102 of the 1992 Constitution, which provides for the quorum, and Article 104 can exercise a vote whilst presiding. Our attention has been drawn to a very disappointing ruling of the Supreme Court of Ghana, which more or less amounts to a judicial interference in time-tested parliamentary practice and established conventions everywhere in the world, in civilized democracies, including the United Kingdom. The presiding officer's vote is discounted. So it's not for nothing that Article 102 provides that a person presiding shall have no original nor custom vote. The Supreme Court, to put it aptly, this ruling is judicial support for e-levy, nothing more. Judicial support for e-levy for a struggling economy in distress, and judicial support for the restoration of a matter that they have said is constitutional, is repugnant to the provisions of Article 102 and 104. But what can we do? They are clothed with the mandate and authority to interpret the law. This is a travesty. This is a travesty of parliamentary justice and a step in the growth and development of multi-party constitutional democracy built on the spirit and principle of checks and balances. Is it not intriguing for us to hear, whilst we await the full reasoning of the Supreme Court, to hear them that, I'm quoting from one of the justices, that the quorum in Article 102 of quorum for Parliament for purpose of conducting business, we cannot see any material difference in the provisions of Article 104. But for their purposes, they have said that interpret 102 differently and separately from Article 104. They ought to know that Article 102, even the side note, marginal note, says quorum of Parliament. The judiciary of Ghana is also failing Ghana's parliamentary democracy in their inability to appreciate the true meaning of Article 110 of the Constitution, that Parliament shall by standing orders regulate its own proceedings. When we regulate our own proceedings, and today reference is only made to the 1992 Constitution and not to the standing orders of the Parliament of Ghana, and in particular, Standing Order 13. Today, as we speak, the Speaker is indisposed. There is a presiding person in the first Deputy Speaker. So, for your purposes, can you imagine what will happen in Parliament? While the first Deputy is presiding, there is no second Deputy Speaker available who will preside to supervise him voting for our purposes. It's repugnant and unreasonable decision. He is presiding, so where he is presiding, and the second Deputy Speaker for some purposes is not immediately available in the chamber, he will walk down, vote. At that time, there will be no person presiding over the Parliament of Ghana. This is a judicial support for President Nana Addo Dankwa's e-levy that he is laboring to pass. We remain opposed to it, stitch by stitch, clause by clause, article by article. When it is presented, we will fight back strongly with our 127 votes. From today, maybe there will be a new definition of who a first or a second Deputy Speaker is. Maybe they don't deserve us according them the offices they occupy. Maybe that is what the Supreme Court is ruling. we will just recognize them as MP for Fomina and MP for Bekwai, nothing more.
Kra na menye sika. Edia ye mefui.
Ehin fapa na menya bosia. Edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre. Miye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema akwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hye ya hodo bi te se dwadifo abosia, ekokro bosia, susu account. And it does all savings account. Me bada chain savings account. And then the keka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Now one so to me aka say.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Dwabo Ase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crash.
Sure.
Check, auto checks. Check, auto checks. Check.
Emission, check.
Auto checks.
Alignment, check.
So, sisi wabra ye hwe Supreme Court atemu e ba nra ne nsunsu aso e betimanya ewo sede normal esi kro ewo Ghana mra hye bedwa efie and afen so my Ghana ye sika samontoto ye ene ba bia ye dra ye say sede normal adani abutu no 6.9 billion I free e-levy mu no eno beba bwa ama my Ghana ye timagina yi e ba ye sika sam entutu ene normal ye hia ye betimi dia bobra se oman Mamima abedwafo akwaba ewo Dwabo Ase dwumadie so wo power 97.9 na make say wadwenje no nsusu ye no betimi e de abeta dwumadie na chimiento nka ewo Facebook so na fe so eye WhatsApp so Honorable Adama Suleiman eye member of parliament ma de hye wo Time constituency e won ye kwatwi mu Time 2008 Honorable akwaba na to say
nyame adombo ko
Time ye twimu pa o Ujiri say adehye wo Time obi ahoye
pa
nyame ase
ye asem nye Time ye asem ye boko
anyway yes asoma eye Bernard Odro Techi aka BOT ye man akwaba we regional coordinator Emma Commonwealth Alliance of Young Entrepreneurs West Africa or hase BOT
Kwame.
And then they to me the
Sir, enrun National Day of Darkness for Ghana.
Oh.
Until say will be a shade black.
And international Saturday.
Of course.
I would my Ghana Frank come on.
But we from Abonegani Ramsey.
AKA Ramsey. That's right.
I don't know camera wa phone be any
Ramsey. Any addition Ramsey Ramsey ni beauty. Any yes come twetwe na say enche bia ye hunu anasa ye te de owura Harry na Idrisu kan wabra ye atemu no efri Supreme Court buy afenso yenim de members of parliament ni bia katiti wo mo dom kese no honorable Katie Amondi ono grade woni nsusu ye mu no osusu se me enye girigiri bia mrase weyafo bo bia anye obi a na ninji atemu no ho no obetima sa akọ Supreme Court na wasa akọhwe se atemtene no na se atemu no betima dane na abade wo hwehwe na ena nia wode asem ne court no so ena ye ne kasa ye wo Dwabo Ase wo ka kire se nie ntia wotam asem ne court eye Supreme Court no enye ne nsunsu anso ena wo hu ne nra bo won nsusu yem no won ye asie ne betimi de keka nanka wo pese atemu no sisa no anasa atemu no yifre no betimi de eno asa aba o mrahye bedwafie bi oti beba ho ba ma sha asem free honorable Ramsey epemo nra edie ne besi wo mrahye bedwafie na wo standing orders eda wanim does it mean say de mo beto atwe ana
mini amelase enra broni say I was shocked me nwanwa if he said na minim say bibia timisi wa mamu mu politics mu Supreme Court nsido hu say hoye political court opeye mpe hoye political court bana minim say enra ni esi ye ne betimi asi if he said a time tested tradition a yɛnyina yɛnim ɛna both the constitution no ɛne standing orders no a state nyɔma bebree a ɛma ho kwan by no ra ne yɛsi yɛ ɛno question wa bisa ne yɛsi yɛ kyerɛ sɛ not just standing orders 109 or Mombagu. You bought the whole standing orders na go. If you say,
and you mra mo de
juma emra we no em bebre just verbatim ye free constitution straight. But be a constitution no em make provision for say na ye nyuma no be ye adwuma no and ye de ahye mra we mu no. Wonim say parliament no your committee a ye standing orders na ankasa so. Committee on standing orders ankasa wo ho a ye adwuma ne say se bibi to chima was standing orders ho na a gray area I say e ho nyoma no nkoyi a ye tenetene no me a member of that committee a ya tenetene na standing orders we e no 2000 me no ka say ya revise standing orders a ya de ema committee on subsidiary legislation on behwem na ya pass e de guide ye nyoma ye parliament into the Supreme Court wa ye say sa committee a e parliament a e standing orders committee no e ho hia
but point the entire Supreme Court ebemu because of nhye da abatwo ho ne say ye form quorum in fact especially on the side of deputy speaker no standing orders committee ne sa sabra be do mani pen amoma di ho dwuma pen
standing orders no I review the whole clauses standing orders including every ne wo kan eno ankasa ka ho ena ya refer ma subsidiary legislation committee standing orders na wie ye de ama subsidiary but a course subsidiary all the gray areas will also be looked at and sana aba chamber aba plenary may take a decision wo ho na the Supreme Court ye any standing orders in kwan wo boagu constitution ankasa Supreme Court aye constitution ho bibia eye nwanwa obia wo constitution read article 102 eye so clear article 102 ye clear say obia o preside article 102 didn't talk about speaker or see obia or preside cannot be part of quorum. Quorum is voting. We uko anywhere. Quorum is part of voting. Because quorum need determine nipa e wo kwan say it takes a decision. Enti article 102 is clear. Enti ne hia Supreme Court because Supreme Court adwuma ne say court na adwuma ne say ba bia chinye wo ene ye kirekirim. Ba se mra ne ye clear dey na wo kirem a kire yen. In fact,
we chinye ni ho.
Atinye ni ho.
Chinye ama wa abra na ye hunu say second deputy first deputy speaker obetimi ato aba na say won't to aba ankoye chinije enya no na de kede no
eye bo apaye
enya no na de ntokwa ba no
enya chinye enya de ntokwa no ye ba de ntokwa
ba no enya chinye
senka chinye a che senka bibi wo ho a eye basabasa se ye hu ni yi a enka obi a wo ho Supreme Court wo ho kan obi a wo ho kan so interpret but in the nyoma isi de basabasa ba ye no it say adding the whole red, black and green. Why do you have to change it? And the whole clear nya dia achinye bia wo ho. Enti nwanwa me de eno ano me nwanwa pa because o kan article 102 a wo ho. O see anybody presiding. Ena you can't take the constitution alone and leave the standing orders. Ena constitution so kwa e say kan boom. Enti you kan 102 na be kan 104 ho a clearly no enyoma esi nnura no nwanwa.
Eti de asie de na de beba.
So beba oh Supreme Court na kasa. But yes your procedure. You ain't free parliament. Your procedures in court. Court no omukwa say judge lawyer will behave say o say wa we plaintiff or defendant obia on behavior and you follow rules of procedure e wo court ho. You ain't nkonko kire ne court no fanye. Enti Supreme Court ntimi nkire adwuma enye on the floor of parliament. Enti niasi ni say the standing orders no we still insist that our standing orders must be respected.
I insist in spite of Supreme Court ruling.
Supreme Court ruling be beyond for parliament. Obi na call parliament. Obi na call Supreme Court nura. Call Supreme Court to say o person who say budget na ya pass no. Ye gitum no the right way because no gitum say enye right way because and say first deputy speaker eto aba ni bi. And the Supreme Court say first deputy speaker eto aba. Supreme Court nkan hwe nkyere Parliament of Ghana. Or ruling the court or on the Supreme Court, you say or Parliament.
But assembly from home.
FIA home.
Budget na moto so abano. It means say okay in Kuankra Taribia Ghanaian Times as a daily graph because say a say budget ni yajatu.
We have moved on budget ni engine to mu. When we say yeah NDC no, we accept the fact say budget ni yeboguye. You accept it. we also accept the fact Yebogu Yeno, MPP came back, MPs came back. Say on bedaneno. And to say accept ya and kaya motion say ye pese ye dan your so dan no. We also accept that fact. But ye nim san your ye no was not legal. But we went on a proof estimate no. Enti niomu ye omu gu kurachi nsuro wo de nsuo gu kurachi ayimuram niomu ye de yatwam ho da because ye nje budget no ntumu a enkan pass ya mane meka ilevia aya albatross enti ne extend ye minority leader camera no ne ye cost nyina ye part of the agenda to pass the e-levy.
Okay,
but you see niomu ye ekere yen say ye standing orders clearly standing order 7 ekere who a speaker is. A speaker includes member presiding. Until the moment you take the chair, say, oh, presiding, no. Until it's not only 1-0 now, no, must strike it out. They have struck out that portion of standing orders and so. And be other ones, of course, constitution 104, no. It's stated clearly. And no, mujina so mukan no. It has 2 parts. Oma me kwanya. And kanun kwa be amatia for. It was 2 parts. 104.
Where are the standing orders? No, constitution. So over to the sir. A partner, in fact, an opinion ye did you magaga. But with your 2 screens, who are brought kind of I can't dinner. You have 2 screens. Yes.
Standing Constitution 104, except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the vote of the majority of members present and voting. That is the first part. There's a comma there. With at least half of all the members of Parliament present. And first part, and they say, it should be determined, voting Parliament should be determined by the vote of the majority of members of present and voting. In actual constitution, when nobody envisage the number of MPs are Parliament. Okay. Nobody envisage say e-levy beba. Okay. And it did not matter because Parliament is a place for consensus building.
Okay, and as a pathway, these were members in the so the argument 1101 or say subject to provisions of this constitution, Parliament may by standing orders regulate its own procedure.
Very good.
And all can they be fraud the what can ya
and clearly no, Parliament is a master of its own rules. But I've seen that every say Supreme Court have decided say after the standing orders they don't respect it and they don't want to go by the constitution. And my person me prove say even if they went by the constitution, they were still wrong. If it's a constitution, the first part of Article 104, no, members present and voting. And some a second part, about with at least half of all the members present.
To have been seeking for review, Anna.
Review from where?
Supreme Court.
Which Supreme Court? Supreme Court.
Course one run.
Yeah, no course on right. I didn't hear 7-0.
But say, some random mamma who quite some bit about
for review. And man who can, but me advise it. Obiaso unkosiku. Oh, nipa or the call, no. Me advise it so unkosiku because the results are out. In fact, 3 days before not some people in Parliament knew the results are about bunting. In fact, on quiet platforms, somebody was alerting and said, tomorrow this is the result that was coming. And even before they go for review, it is there. Before they go for review, the results is clear. And for me, a travesty of justice. It did not. And a way no, and in someone, I was doing home. And your market woman, or can say, you be kudita. When in someone, I was a doing home, and your professor to go back on my lecture and about economic conditions. When in someone else a doing home, and yet because constitution, a jigsaw is like a jigsaw puzzle. All the part must work. I was a executive, no, the policy proposals, but they pass on a yamra. You pass him rana chinye bahwa. I was a judiciary, no, attending. It should not just be attending, but it should be manifestly seen. Okay. So when you're in Juma, people don't have confidence in the system. Well. Then they will call for things that even more access to justice.
One on a person, but my fa BOT. Also, one tear see 1 year seeing na any zooms as well. Bet menya titri warm rasher with your fee. Ejumadi edi.
Dedi kama chawa hefo na abra verdict babont in law. Say Supreme Court and our court will dini juma uni ho kwan say comment until so be die. And the Supreme Court and say any court beneath superior lower court will be accept now can be a amount to contempt of court. Just say, oh, you dedua. But the Supreme Court had the ruling Babon in law, you are permitted to critique it. Until now, you critique the ruling of the Supreme Court, and that is not contemptuous. In law, if you better do to passing comment, say court transfer the verdict Babon, you are allowed to give your passing comment.
The Kaiser in now, what the ruling by the Yamba was it actually one of the Baba.
And you really know the Abano 7-0 no ye pass your comment. Now, John Dramani Mahama, former president, His Excellency, I'm a tweet, be no say a unanimous 7-0. It was a question, shocking but not surprising. And I can say an unfortunate interpretation for convenience that set a dangerous precedent of judicial interference in parliamentary procedure for the future. Simply put, no, ne tweet or the by any natural say 7-0 now shock Ghana for. Me, I'm not shocked and I'm not surprised. Because you see, Banchebe Bono from the one I was saying, Abraham DC called Supreme Court in 2020, the verdict show. Politician be can say, Mr. Senipa 7 ever demo. No moon in arguing the same about Bako Pen say Sakan and ring. So the Nipa 7 good demo. Na as some mobile being hono. Nina ye pair Bako Pen edging. In common sensical approach, you know, say Nipa 7 ekotwaba on a certain decision. Na Nipa 7 nina kase ye de nyina ye dwen ko baako a. Say Nipa 7 Nipa Bako Pen edging ma wo. In my candid view, no, me cry me who say in my view, no, the verdict might have been written by somebody could be possible.
Oh, how?
It's possible. How can 7 people always think the same? It shouldn't be possible. It should not be. Let me tell you, there's something called pest idiosyncrasy. Nipa baby out there, ka out nemu baby a wo to ye no, a more different idiosyncrasy. Ain't mean koba say 7 Supreme Court justices ebetna on the case. Na ba kokra anka say oh me dey ade we dey me doing differently. Na time bia Nipa 7 one-sided no. A one-sided judgment over time amount to travesty of justice. I know your point one.
Obi send me message say me mount country konkron say where 2 of 3 have gathered in my name. 2 of 3 have gathered in my name. Rich say e hono kra no mako benkrom.
Aha yeah. It's okay. Na my young Ghana Constitution. Article 30 clause 1. Subsection A, B, another clause 2. Section here, original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. And the Constitution, or say, subject to jurisdiction of the High Court in the enforcement of the fundamental human rights and the freedom provided in Article 33 of this Constitution, the Supreme Court shall have exclusive original jurisdiction in A, all matters relating to enforcement or interpretation of this Constitution. All matters relating to the enforcement and interpretation of this Constitution. It's not misinterpretation. What they gave out yesterday is a misinterpretation
of the
law. What kind of Article 102 if you just oppose 110 now the interpretation of the Supreme Court the Maya on whether a deputy speaker can vote or otherwise. It's a misinterpretation. Obeda kwa kobo ball. Na referee odi match no. One my ruling says odi referee na na say go ma utimi raw water the DJ si bobo ni bi. Where will you see that?
But you see, so both your mom you Owura Joe say usu Joe Wise nia wo kan wo kiremu na nia wo gina so de car asem no me say clip na ready ya fan to so ebra ruling ne buy na nsantwefo ko ne nchen ko bisa say wo hu ne say ba wo kiremu say no kiremu de ti ade we mame.
I haven't had the privilege of reading the reasoning of the judgment. I've seen excerpts, the title head, should I say, of the specific areas. And I'm glad that the decision practically affirms the position I took. There's still some misrepresentation as to whether I participated in the vote itself on the night of the 30th. That I must emphasize, that everybody who is in doubt must go back and look at the clip. It was a voice vote, and I did not participate in the voice vote. But I insisted that I be counted as a member of parliament present to constitute the quorum before a decision was taken. Indeed, this decision affirms that position that I took. I find that very refreshing. Soon after that decision, a former Speaker of Parliament called me and he said, I called you to congratulate you for being bold to take this decision, because that is how the frontiers of the law are expanded. Matters that have never arisen are now in the fore because of the numbers we have in the chambers. So anytime there is disagreement, as I've said already, I will interpret the rules and the law as I understand it. I encourage people who disagree with me to boldly state their position, and if need be, refer to the appropriate body, like the Supreme Court, to guide us. As of now, at the end of it all, we are being guided. What we have not done before, where the way was not clearly marked out by our own standing orders, has now been cleared by the Supreme Court, and I think it will help us advance our democracy and our practice in this chamber. We had a long argument between myself and the majority leader. He argued that, in his view, a deputy speaker presiding was entitled to a casting vote. I said that, reading the constitutional provision, I tend to agree with him, but I will not make that pronouncement because it is not so clearly stated in the standing orders and the Constitution. I would rather that a body other than me would make that declaration. So I'm very glad that indeed that clarity has been given. But I'm not surprised. The text of the Constitution was very clear. And even that 1093 was clear that you shall not retain the original vote. Whereas in the case of the Speaker, it said you shall not have either original or casting vote. When it came to the Deputy Speakers, it said you shall not retain the original vote. The natural consequence was that you would have a casting vote. This decision of the Supreme Court appears to affirm that position that was strongly argued. I agreed with, but I just stopped short of making that declaration.
Well, First Deputy Speaker, Obia friend Dwabo Ase, or na, what say na no, but beauty, clarity no case say emu beda ho no, emu anya da ho ama.
We'll give you two disparity: a casting vote and original vote. A casting vote, they say do say a talk about me to be. Original vote simply means so long as you are a member of the House, you have the right to vote. Okay. One say. Young fan is someone penny to coin. Okay, Article 64 the 1992 Constitution. It talks about the president, the executive, and it says, while in office, you cannot commence either a civil or criminal suit against the president. On the vice president, the Constitution is mute, it's silent on that. So the interpretation is that, the vice president committee a blunder, you can commence a civil or criminal suit against the vice president. Assuming with that admittance that the president travels, and the vice president automatically become the president of the country. If at that time he commit a blunder in the country, can somebody commence criminal civil suit against the president? That is the import here. Constitution Article 64 say, "Oh, mampenia, won't mean commence civil or criminal suit against the president." On Article 66 going, it is silent on the vice president. So it means as a vice president who commits any blunder, you can commence against him. Assuming one day the president traveled to, let's say, Europe, and the vice president become the president of the country, at that particular moment, are we saying, say, he is estoppel from so being a commencing suit against him? Let me relate it to the parliamentary aspect.
Yeah, there's a brofune yadoso.
Ehana Baron de Montesquieu, the separation of powers.
Yeah.
Baron ka say, yama executive nyina baby, judiciary na parliament su nyina baby, and they must have check and balance over them.
That's right.
And don't forget to say judiciary one, parliament na judiciary. But for parliament they will never be judiciary. So parliament gives birth to judiciary, but judiciary doesn't give birth to parliament. The true democracy is parliament. So in effect, parliament is a mother serpent on its own that you cannot control. And TNTS is a ruling way by parliament pa no jitum. And we are going to see more.
Of course.
Because it's a body that is a master on its own. Me say, read my list. Parliament panel Bejiatum. Because standing order, you see, so-called local level. The miniature of parliament is the assembly level. Assembly is a model standing order. In the model standing order, a whole year, so when you're presiding member, you don't have a casting vote. If you are a PM at the assembly level, let there's an extreme tie. That is what the standing order says and at 964, 962 Local Government Act. At the national level.
But what about the constitution, Eka? At
the national level, the constitution nature say, so long as you become a speaker, and I had a speaker, not just a right honorable Babine Tukwain. The very day he travels, either say honorable Joseph or say whoso an answer from the MP, you automatically is clothed in that capacity, say, we a speaker. And to whatever you write you hold as Bekwai MP is extinguished. Let's get that clear.
Let's say at that point, Bekwai for ni and the Muslim.
Yes, at that moment, your right as an MP for Bekwai is extinguished. That is what it is. And another scenario say President, no Vice President. So clearly, Yanyin Tumu say, dear judiciary, me that is my passing comment on them. Abana ya najun so really all national support for ye levy. Or the kind of fast off for so I'm fat. Or the for media for so I'm fat. Or for nooks I'm fat. Or for SHS I'm fat. After she saw your town hall meeting. Town hall meeting, what you can be so one punchline question. No much answer. Then what is the last resort? Last resort in the society there. Yen you so mrana kasam from bully your way through. And what is the law? And the ascent of MP. Say I'm one pie be blocking some on parliament. And it is an aspect of the law. 2. Sanity there, I didn't think a young challenges said Joe Wise to me to Aba. And it's a Bob and Cross with 2 coin. Now say banner Joe Wise share there. Your count 2 numbers now. We get 137 plus for Mina MP. Obviously, Adwa Safo and for Hunter West MP might not be in the house. But you see, me conclude and me per se MP Piaban who said your moyan omo the contain a consu. Omo the contain basket. They are going to fetch water with a basket. What the government is doing, they are failing to admit that they need consensus building. Boom. So they contain consu empty. What I mean is issue na ban a dialoguing. Don't try to say we can bully our way through at all costs. Because you see, this is going to harden the NDC MPs in parliament. And maybe honorable Harry Nedruso Abaso. Or see they are going to post it article by article, clause by clause, word for word. Because you see, what the opposition say you can use the Supreme Court to bully them. And then this Rami Honorable Sandodo say, okay, we all did the house. Say also we FIFA. And a one more ruling said referee cross a go more to me bobo on the go. And to the park and so I bet you born my referee no. And there's going to be more chaos in parliament. And the date here, 10th of March 2022. But time factual. Saying the next meetings of parliament, we are going to witness chaos upon chaos and disaster because the position of the Supreme Court, in my candid view, is a constitutional misinterpretation.
But then again, Honorable Oka said, Supreme Court ruling, it has no effect. Ewo said the Musi Dimujuma, Ewo Mrasebedrefi. So, a better than a chaos number. Wabra also reacted to Joe Wise or kind.
Okay, my main reacted to me, Joe Wise kind of first. I was in the chamber. Emra statement now make and now say Mr. Can say that day he did not vote. So he did not take part in the vote. But he attempted. You see, he was in the chamber. I was close. I was watching him.
Attempted
or say, and this is his words. Somebody asked a question. Obiano say, but honorable, to make it clear to you, when the second deputy speaker finished voting, I'll take my seat and vote as the member of parliament for Bekwai.
Yeah.
Or cancer, nobody entered him to say that. And no nema or sorry, because when somebody wakes up ordinarily, when they change over ordinary, nothing happens. But ordinary no cancer, and the hands that captures it. Ordinary no cancer. So he made an attempt to go and vote. And it's not true, say.
I made an attempt and they said what?
No. No. He's trying to tell us, he's trying to tell the whole Ghana, say, it's based on judgment now, Bano. Is that the judgment is on quorum? So the attempt that he made was on quorum. So he should be counted. But not battle. But he made an attempt if Basabasana and Sia and Kokotoaba That is what I want to put across. And to make it clear, Nina Minu Anokano, who is our question say, or not as member of parliament for Bekwai.
That's right.
Into Olusuni position.
Yeah.
You see, if you go to order 13 of the standing orders, clearly, or say when Mr. Speaker is not there, clerk of parliament then announce speaker anywhere. When I say speaker anywhere, the first deputy speaker takes out the duties and the responsibilities of the speaker. Unless say you have two ways in actually some orders. If you take the duties and the responsibilities of the speaker, advantage is a speaker who be a there. Disadvantage is be a there. And the allowances are for a speaker no, it come to you, even not at the pace of the speaker, it come back to you. And you take the allowances, you take the specs, you take the advantages, but when it's come to voting, then you have to come and vote again. It doesn't work that way. Finally, 211 of our standing orders is about committees. Committees, the chairman of the committee be only original vote, but or casting vote. Chairman of committee be a member of parliament for a constituency. And for instance, on the communications committee, your chair doesn't have an original vote. And she also representing Crawford, but she doesn't vote. At that time, or a member of parliament for a constituency, they were losing the vote to her. It is because she's the chair or he is the chair of the committee. So when you become a first deputy speaker, at the time that you are presiding, where does the member of parliament for Bekwai sit? On the chair, on the floor. So when you are on the floor, you are the member of parliament for Bekwai. But when you leave the floor, now Kotna, but the speaker, you are no more the member of parliament for Bekwai. You are there as the speaker of parliament because the clerk of parliament will read article 13 or the 13 for all of us and tell us, either the first deputy speaker or the speaker shall take the chair as deputy speaker. 2, or the 13.2, or say whenever the house is informed by the clerk at the table of the unavoidable absence of Mr. Speaker, the first deputy speaker shall perform the duties and exercise the authority of Mr. Speaker in relation to all proceedings of the house until the Mr. Speaker resumes the chair without any further communication to the house. So when you resume the position and duties of the speaker, at that time, you are not the member of parliament for...
It is Abra why they represent the Bekwai for.
No. At that time, you see, you have taken up responsibility. So he plays a dual responsibility. It's not... If then we should go and change the constitution. Because the constitution say the first deputy speaker and the second deputy speaker must be members of parliament. Then we have to go and change the constitution and say, when you come in, you are there as a member of parliament for Bekwai, a member of parliament for Fomena alone. You don't serve as a first deputy or second deputy. If you change the constitution that way, then all of us will be clear. Then there will not be this dual rule. But for now, whether we like it or not, it's a gray area.
Okay, when it is a problem we have, it's as a result of the fact that unlike speaker, or no, first and second, or members of parliament. Yes. Justice Abdullah or the Assembly Court and a dream, right? Or no, Brana and then Kasa, Brian said, you made yes, or say, one is just you, or Titum, or more mature margin say, first and second deputy speakers, these are members of parliament. And no Sano, and the dean to any assume be a bit number. What any argument?
To some extent, I trust. To some extent. The man make us to some extent, they say, am I a draft constitution, Nobody envisaged a 137 plus 1. So the law was made for a general situation. When you know it's because government is attempting to stampede E-levy. So they want to push the E-levy through. Under normal circumstance, we have practiced this without any trouble. So the first deputy and the second deputy should be members of parliament, and they should not even belong to the same party. Yes. And the law is also clear about it. They shouldn't even belong to the same party. So under normal circumstances, senior E-levy when they stampede and can you because the first deputy speaker stirred it on the floor. Or say, honor members, the law is so clear. You know the way he speaks in English. The way is so clear. When you preside, you don't have the right to vote. He said it. He said it on the floor whilst presiding. And under normal circumstances, stamp tested. We have done it long ago. Nobody have attempted it. He attempted this because they wanted to pass the E-levy. So if you want to make laws for E-levy, all of us should understand that E-levy become, that law will come back and bite somebody. And now I say Emrano is in favor. And to me, my kind of law of parliament was say we don't have a problem as
it have a cake no to say the na BOT cano. What's happening money much.
Yeah, cake. There's a potential for the cake.
And I'm trying to reconcile it with the Udi no. So really no any effect be our
yeah, in fact, the parliament.
And then the cake was
you see what statement what can say statement era Katie Hammond.
Yeah.
Ameki.
Yeah.
So there are two sides of the house. One side think that, and you clearly see in the first deputy speaker can based on the ruling. One side think say ruling no accord for them in the short term. One other side think say yeah na ekwa constitution no. When we were going on say farmers na ekwa constitution to omonko. Yeah na ekwa constitution no. We are the ones who have used the stake as they protect the constitution very more than any other person. And yeah again say we are protecting the constitution and that this ruling is at variance with the constitution. And you could do chamber all that we know, they say, when you assume the seat as the speaker, whether you are the first deputy speaker or the second deputy speaker, the moment you are presiding, you are speaker because the standing orders are clear. Order 7, speaker includes the member presiding. So when you are presiding, now what chair also, you throw a question, and that is my final point. You throw a question. As many as in favor of this motion say yeah. We say yeah. Somebody say no. You are not part of the yeah because you are supposed to be presiding. You didn't respond yeah. You didn't respond no. Then you said the yes have it. Somebody said no. I challenge the speaker because the standing orders allows us. My challenge speaker or definition of ruling on the yeah and the no. Okay, if you have challenged it, then let's have a division. Then you wake up from the seat, say the yeah that you did not take part. I feel now take part in the yeah because. The challenge is based on the voice. I will say the yes were more than the no. You are not part of the yes. Now you are going to add up to the now you are going to add up individual to it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in any jurisprudence. And in the Supreme Court, they are going to make the work of Parliament more difficult. And then they are all something about chaos. And they say if you are supposed to open up to make it transparent, Serena. What the ruling on the is going to make it more difficult. It's a recipe for chaos in Parliament.
Okay, very well. But BOT, quickly messages in the way every Daniel Ayite or BOT or share free Nigeria. Was a good morning, Power FM. Mama Figana pa, but Nigeria has in America mo a year TV no so. Was a Kwame Kodrom Nekore. For kasa ye momon kasa asofo no mpanimfo ntimi kasa lawyers nso a omo ntimi kasa ready Supreme Court aye we consensus no mo kan wasem no ye na be mana ba na question Daniel Ayite ebusa no e dey na obetima ka fa vote
so kan ye mother constitution article 11 it talks about the laws of Ghana and there is something critical was a tiefo ne ya nkasa wa ye hwe ni you say the laws of Ghana shall comprise the Constitution. 2, enactment made by or under authority of the Parliament established by this Constitution. C, any orders, rules and regulations made by any person or authority under a power conferred by this Constitution. D, the existing law. And E, the common law. And T, subsection 2, no. Or C, the common law of Ghana shall comprise the rule of law generally known as the common law. The rule generally known as the doctrines of equity and rules of customary law, including those determined by the Superior Court of Judicature. And that ruling no is now a case law. And so can Ghana Constitution or say any law that is found to be inconsistent with this matter Constitution, no, to the extent of the inconsistency should be determined as null. Also can Constitution now, Article 11, oko subsection 2 a echere emra hodo a Ghana wo. Dedi kan Constitution no ne aba status Parliament ebe ya amaye. Orders in council e bia wako regional house of chief share ya hye bibi. And wako down say rule of equity nso ne kire say judiciary nso hia na omode omanum asem to dwa at the moment on be ma pronouncement and nso be ye mra and a friend case law. Enti for menra 9th of March aye kasa yi no sa na Supreme Court aka no abeye mra wo Ghana. Sa mra nso constitution we preamble no kire say article 1 kire say emra bia ne Ghana constitution ne fa bi bo abra no to the extent say boy bra no samra na edi kana beto de wo hodada no samra no yento ntwene
oza
mami reading trail wow Ghana constitution na kanya me na America yeah there is a constitution of Ghana article all right supremacy of the constitution the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government to be exercised in the manner within the limit, blah, 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 blah. What can call down say, the constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana, and any other law found to be inconsistent with the provision of this constitution shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void. Who just pursue Article 2, Article 1, Clause 2 of the Ghana Constitution, as against Article 11, there was statutes. Any laws made by Parliament. So the standing order is an act of Parliament. And to their sense, a new case law about 9th March 2022, no, inconsistent with an existing act of Parliament. No, the new law now no, null and void.
The Parliament,
yes. Article 1 of the Ghana Constitution, Clause 2. Mami repeated you. The Constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana, and any other law found to be inconsistent with any provision of this constitution shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void.
And a Supreme Court ruling by
case law.
Free say
Supreme Court na she. And to read the Article 11, so Article 11 it say your mrahodo a yajitum. Na se judges fort na se. Na Supreme Court kasa ebeye case law. Until now, no, it is a new case law on 9th of March 2022 against Article 11, Act of Parliament through the standing order.
Okay, BOT. The crack say. At the end, you bet my na KK.
The bet me I say. One say oyro nsema na yebum. We are said the otia kunwa so na was obre ne ho ase. It is the one with the power that must humble itself. Who kura to me na was usua ho brase. Enya the opposition. Because Ghana for the constitution where you na mananado say on so maye because Ghana nyo ni nyansa. But you see there is a spirit and letter to a constitution. Letter no ye the okan obi ate ase, but the spirit no the common sense institutional e was apply to the constitution. The first say you say oh obi di boni atwaniti nche so mama di boni atwaniti. So the law is there, but apply common sense. Common sense says Ghana will hang parliament. So any action you take must bridge the gap. Akufo-Addo mamo ye highly intolerant. Entadi bia wo be yes wo kasa na etwi no wo kasa fa na ban ho na se nya kura no nim se nya o ma politifo akotata o de America no se nana Ghana for enu omo ho se eto aba ma wo for the very first time you so ye levy na fa break the gap drop the ye levy se nana do pesa asundwe ni pepepe ye ba parliament any judiciary ntemu a you see now we are clashing parliament against judiciary. There should be supremacy of titans. Parliament better judiciary say almost wo ho. Judiciary so better parliament say they are also there. Yan hwe here Ghana bedroom na bia we are pitching one arm of government against the other. And ebekwa kwese Akufo-Addo apenso. Ene enya abri bia judiciary etimi bo parliament nsengu parliament so beka say yenso so ye de ho. That is the bottom line ayeko. Nana Ghana for hwe. Na wan hwe ya legacy be yes at a point no. Ye be for na patapa ahene.
Honorable Ramsey, hwe Ediye na mwankasa mu betima ye na keka ya ukra wo jitu se betima kosoro no yetimasi wo kwan.
Oh yeah standing orders no. Just like nipa o life bia mo no kwa anim no na nyoma bi ba a gray area sales or system. Enti yen as parliament no committee on standing orders aye ho adwuma yagusu a refine na adu stage bia egusu ndi ebegusu the standing orders no any constitution no aye adwuma. Nema make a child we say even the basis of ruling and kasakra mai. One of the bases that people are talking about and so oh Okrawa make mention say or a member of parliament for Bekwai. Nti e was so to about for Bekwai. Enya mribia na so bia to about. There are conditions constitution and kasa article 1045 state clearly when you have a conflict of interest situation in a particular issue on to about but samre no nipa na to about ma wo no. No mu ni ho. Omo wo ho. For instance, you have a company. You have a private man. You have established your own company. Now, company no, also a member of the committee. Constitution stating in Article 104 say, a member who is a party to or partner in a firm which is a party to a contract with the government shall declare his interest and shall not vote on any question relating to the contract. At that time, do you lose your membership as member? No. But nipa na small, you are supposed to vote on their behalf. But the constitution makes exemptions to which you cannot vote. One of those exemptions is that when you preside, you don't vote.
No, but in this case, are we not exempting and Nkofona or represent woman?
In this case, isn't the constitution exempting Nkofona or Tomo? The fifth 1045, the constitution is exempting them because constitution wants to cure something which is in the best interest of the whole state later on. And if you need to sacrifice your right for the right of all others, that is what the constitution states. So the constitution prevents speakers or members presiding from voting because that place is, you don't have to be biased. So when you allow that person who is presiding to come and vote, he's showing his bias because now you don't have trust in you. And it's the reason why whenever the first deputy speaker is in the chair, you see chaos because trust has broken down. So the constitution, the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court,
and once na mo betina ho. Enti dabe na chaos no be ba na wie.
Enti how I wish say, and the Supreme Court has given a different interpretation.
Amanisa.
Enti what we can do is say we will still go by our standing orders and our constitution of Ghana. Send a catch no. Parliament will be for assembly and court. A private member no dia ko. Supreme Court among ruling. Also the reason for their ruling baba.
First deputy speaker say nti ase wo mra no ho e na ode be ye adwuma. E na kire.
Nti ase wo mra no ho no say ono okasa onti bibia ase wo mra no ho. You see this standing orders itself has also given us enyoma say okasa also nti ase the first deputy speaker ka nti ase ye be fa so. Say speaker man ruling na you come by substantive motion. We have even applied substantive motion a couple of times this particular parliament. And when you come by the substantive motion, there should be debate on the motion and they should be ruling and they'll be voting on the motion. They have tried to sidestep all the steps. And then I'm catcher will say the recipe for chaos in this country is about not respecting the laws. It's not about statements, because statement itself don't bring coup d'etat. It is the action. It is the act. It's not about what you say. It's by the act. You can't charge the person for what he has said. It will be on the misdemeanor charge. And then and the way. And say a person chaos non stop. All of us must respect the rules.
Okay, to be fair, remember BOT last chance no so and then I know this every chat now for the Jumedi and but Professor Kofi Azan and as a lawyer Kofi Azan will say consider order 225, which provides that the chairman of a committee shall not have an original vote, but in the event of an inequality of votes, he shall give a casting vote. And I also can say, Obusa question was it, can the Supreme Court declare the order unconstitutional because it deprives the chairman, therefore his constituents, of an original vote? They said the honorable air canon. And I think not. Nor can the court, in my opinion, invalidate the casting vote because it makes the chairman a sole appellate judge of the committee's decision. Now, what kind of name no eba the chat one? I'll say overruling the standing order that requires the speaker to pro tempore to act as an unbiased umpire with no vote makes a mockery of Tufo and could very well be also or use terminology be victory of style over substance. And as I saw, it's a cardinal sin of the 8th Parliament. As I, yeah, 2115. Okay, 2115.
Or the 2115.
Okay. But BOT, the only better to, especially on the back of Berenim for said o madrin city o mo standing orders in quite constitution the only better to.
The immediate to is a yan and announce kwasia. Oni hwe do kono ato ahwe nim sa aben. Nti wo small ba kwasia se kona koton kan do kono bra na wo se o ono de onim se do kono de wo kwa oni hwe de wo ase pa na ahye no onim sa aben. Ghana ni bi o te Ghana ehwe ye ne. Enim se ye wo hang parliament.
Yeah.
Ghana ni nso nim se hang parliament ni be ye gina na adodan kwa akufo ado so. E wo so lower ne pride. E ye critical ha. Because you see when na ye candifo no na akura torchlight na de ye ko. ɛna wakohyia ko bi a wahoɔden no opponent ahoɔden yɛ pɛ Marcus Sisoro say always advance your own level of argument, but when you meet a more superior one, drop yours. Eya adwen se wonko na ni nyansa ba akoto bi oni nyansa nkyɛn wa fa wadwen ne bra fa.
Nti mampanyi yɛden.
Mampanyi de wo so hu ne say judiciary ntimi nsave no. Media phone ntimi nsave no a consensus building. But you see, omo demonize right honorable speaker any NDC MPs. Enti ama trust a break it down. Sa nye sa, yi levy way I can tell you say Nana do MPP you omo niema yi a enka dede way in sorry. The approach and the posture. Look, in communication meanings are in people. Obi bet market say you are a fool. Another person but say you are a fool. The same you are a fool, one could be a joke, one could be an insult. This same you levy debacle, no? A certain president with a certain personality will be able to handle it in a way there will be no noise. You see, Bible, Muslim form fan chemi. Bible say, ye woniema nyina ho kwan nanso nye ni nyina na eden e na fata ye. Wo ho kwan se utimi su patapa ne mra because patapa pieto e de mra na woro. But in using mra ne patapa, don't forget say human beings have emotions. Very well. And in arriving at building this nation, no, it was say MPP government they should toe down their pride. Okay. No, who say ye levy, no, sebi. But then you are anchor for crassy and how much more MPs at the parliament? That's say BOT and so honorable Dodo na friend Ramsey. I was your fancy as say Hannah Adajeno Edia Kwa Akudru. Dwabo Ase near the Bremo Power 97.9 Afenso TVXY. Medini Kwaminka. Yes, also I'm at the biggest mid-morning show Abaso Ewo Power 97.9 Ajimani Power ni Rejumadi ne Bremo. Ka say bo prem to Bremo a yede ensema ekotwi ko Bremo nyina be Bremo ewo prem to kase wo Afenso bo no mienu so a Power FM Mugabe Masi better say the inside politics abremo. O TVXY sini nie na nwumnie ye be chia bye bye.